Okay, this budget workshop will come to order. And could we have a certification of a quorum, please?
Yes, sir. Mayor Jason Knight.
Here.
Councilmember Place 1, Ruth Gamarillo Smith.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Councilmember Place 2, Elise Chacon.
Here.
Councilmember Place 3, Luana Lulu Martin.
Here.
Councilmember Place 4, Doug Goyer.
Here.
Mayor, there's a quorum of the council present to conduct this meeting.
Okay, thank you. And now we'll go into presentation of departmental budget priorities for fiscal year 2025 through 2026.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. So today, each department head is going to be presenting their capital requests, and they're going to explain the operational needs, the benefits, and the financial impact of those requests. So following all of those department presentations, the City Council will go through an exercise of prioritizing their top 10 projects that they would like to see move through the budget process. You each have about, I think there's 10 dots. So you will use those 10 dots to identify your top 10 projects.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one on the schedule today is City Secretary.
Good morning.
Morning.
The city secretary or the municipal clerk is the oldest servant in recorded history. The earliest clerk appeared in around 5000 BC with the invention of writing. Biblical references of town clerk is found in the book of Acts, chapter 19, verse 35. In ancient Greece, the town clerk read official documents publicly at the opening of each meeting and pronounced a curse upon anyone who sought to deceive the people. Next slide. Although city secretaries no longer pronounce curses at meetings, we are still keepers of the archives as we record, maintain, and safeguard the history of our city government. So these are the statutory duties for administering elections, managing records, coordinating public information requests, preparing agendas, recording meetings, facilitating city council meetings, swearing in municipal officers, and codifying ordinances approved by the city council. In addition to these traditional duties, like other city secretaries around the state, the office has assumed other responsibilities. And just to summarize, so those in my case, it's records management functions in addition, to the statutory needs, asset management functions, grant administration functions, and executive administrative support functions. Next slide. Thank you. So initially, the city secretary's office included a dedicated administrative support. That position was subsequently reassigned to support another operational need within the organization. While the support position was moved, the responsibilities of the city secretary remained. As a result, and many administrative clerical functions are now performed within the office without dedicated support staff. Restoring the administrative assistant position would improve records management efficiency, provide support for election administration, assist with Public Information Act tracking and documentation, support agenda and packet preparation, assist with grant administration, improve continuity during absences and peak workload periods, and allow greater focus on compliance, risk management, and executive level administrative functions. Succession is always kind of my deal. I think that's important when you're talking about these, type of roles as well. So, aside from that, I know that after the recent presentation from the city's economic development consultant, establishing the city of Aransas Pass as a state-designated film-friendly city was recommended. The Texas Film Commission supports communities that are organized, responsive, and prepared to accommodate productions. So why become a certified film-friendly city? Well, film and media productions generate local economic activity through lodging, dining, retail, and service industries. Coastal communities similar to Aransas Pass have successfully hosted commercial independent films and small-scale television productions. They create jobs, boost tourism, and understanding these nuanced dynamics positions us to adapt and capitalize on emerging market preferences. Participation in the FFTX program provides Texas communities with a network for fostering media productions in their municipalities and sends a clear message to media industry professionals that film-friendly Texas certified communities are serious about attracting their business. So what I'm proposing is that the City Secretary Office be assigned the duty of being film liaison or a film commissioner as an additional ongoing responsibility. This approach would avoid costs of creating a new full-time position, leveraging existing administrative and coordination expertise, and establish a single reliable point of contact. I'm not sure if anyone know, but my side hustle is film production. So I've been involved in the local film community in Corpus Christi for, I think we figured out, about 15 years. I've been involved in high-level productions, low-level productions, and I've seen how it operates. Part of building this program is not only understanding the industry, but understanding how we can attract people to Aransas Pass. When I got here, that was one of the first things I did. I said, where can I film? And there's lots of landscapes here that people can utilize. This picture, I can't verify 100%, but this picture, I believe, is from the film series Selena that was on Netflix. That's supposed to be at the harbor, is what I'm
Yep,
told.
it is right behind the Gulf Keene Ice House.
So there's potential, for that. But we need to have, there needs to be, we need to be a film certified city so that we get that support from the state. And then we become a network. And, most major productions will go through the state to ask, where can we go? And that would be, this role is to create a program where we're basically selling Aransas Pass as a film production. And of course, that leads to all sorts of benefits for the city. The funding for that can be funded by hot funds. I did verify for the THLA, and they said that can be done. Now, how we do that is going to be, I think we need to work out some of the details, but I'll go into the options there. But initially, I think just an additional $10,000 stipend to the salary to maintain that, and because it won't be a regular everyday duty, but it will be periodically, needing attention. Plus, I think the first year will probably just be building the program and getting get that established. So, next slide, please. So here's a snapshot of what I'm asking for. So the city secretary position currently is $82,992. That full impact is $102,467.34. Proposed salary is $93,000. That is what my predecessor was actually making with these duties. And then since then, I think we took on the inventory management aspect of those major pieces of equipment and vehicles that we have. So that full financial impact is an additional $14,367 to that salary. That's including fringe benefits. The admin city secretary, this was the base pay, which was $45,177.60, and the full impact of that is $60,506.63. As far as the film commissioner liaison duty, so originally it was kind of thought, well, we'd do a stipend where it's sort of a separate outside the payroll, salary, because if for some reason down the line this body or the future bodies decide it's not a program they want to pursue, it's easy to just kind of remove that stipend. When you attach it to the salary, it's going to be hard to kind of remove that. So, but we can figure out a way possibly to, whether it's a contract of some kind, but we want to make sure that we're doing right by HR and protecting the city as well. To cover fringe benefits, and also there was an idea that if we just went for a flat 10 outside the payroll, I would be, I or whoever is in that position would be responsible for the taxes and 1099, all that kind of stuff. If we make it part of the payroll, but with some nuances to protect the city, it's basically about a $12,000 impact. And again, those can be covered through hot funds. So full impact of this ask is $89,873.63. If the council does not want to pursue the film commission aspect, it drops down to $74,873.63. So a summary of the request here, basically, city secretary salary increase to align with current duties and responsibilities, reestablish the administrative assistant to the city secretary position to increase efficiency and transparency. This also sets up a line of succession. Establish a film commission liaison to become a certified film-friendly city. Messy up here. So how does this benefit the city? That's always what people ask. Well, investing in the city secretary's office supports compliance with state laws and deadlines, effective election administration, accurate records management and retention, timely response to public information requests, protection of assets, effective administration of hot fund grant program, of the grant program, effective administration of insurance claims, improved organizational continuity, and enhanced services to the residents and stakeholders. So, the objective of this request is to ensure that the city's administrative structure continues to support efficient operations, regulatory compliance, and high-quality public service. I recognize that I'm presenting this information for a position that I currently hold, but my intention is not to advocate for myself personally, but to provide the council with a clear picture of the responsibilities currently assigned to the city secretary's office so that the council can evaluate whether the organizational structure, staffing support, and compensation assigned to the position remains aligned with the services the city expects the office to provide. Do you have any questions?
On the film,
Mhm.
becoming a certified film-friendly city, I thought Kaylin was looking into that. That was something that was discussed when all the filming came up, remember? And we told her that we wanted her to look into that because that would be part of economic growth.
I
Do you
don't-
know where she's at on that?
Well, I don't know if that's actually in her wheelhouse because she's a consultant. I
No,
think
she's, but I mean, she's a consultant, so.
She did send me an email this week, and she did include some projects that she was working on, and she said that the email referenced that this may be something that we could get staff to work on, and the film friendly was one of them.
Okay, I'd love to know where that's at, 'cause I know that we had talked to her about it, I mean,
Mhm.
months ago.
Yeah, I can check with her.
Okay.
So Sal, once this program is developed, you said it'd probably take the first year to develop it. How often do you think you would be involved in film production?
It just depends on, I beyond this, I have ideas about how we can market the city. I mean, and connecting with the Film Commission, we can produce some, like a sizzle reel is what they call it, showing some of the aspects, of the landscape of Aransas Pass. And it can be, it can be any one time a year. It could turn into 2 or 3 times a year, just depending on productions.
Why wouldn't this fall with our marketing
Or PR.
PR person?
I'm not completely aware of their experience in the film industry, and that's whenever a city's looking for a film commissioner, that's what they're looking for, someone who has experience in industry. Because if you're starting from scratch and don't understand and been involved, and again, I don't know their experience, you're gonna prolong the launching of that program because you need to know who to talk to. I already have those connections. I can establish those connections. So if for some reason, my billionaire benefactor comes forward, I'm gone. The next person will be able to have those resources as well. But I have connections with the state. I've been involved with the Texas Film Commission, and I've also been involved with the Corpus Christi Film Commission. So, replicating some of that information and then curtailing it to the needs of Aransas Pass would be an easier transition, for me.
And I had a couple of questions on the admin position for the city secretary. I know we had that before, but when we took that position on, wasn't that because we didn't have a city manager?
The city manager, the reason it was shifted over to the city manager's office is
Oh, no,
because.
I'm not worried about being shifted over, but like, we didn't always have an admin, which I do think we did, like, for the city manager, but like, the reason that position was even created was because, I think it was because that was the
Well,
time, we didn't have a city manager, right?
No, no. The admin assistant was created shortly after I started. I think maybe like 2 or 3 years.
It was before the last city manager, the one before
Sylvia Carrillo.
that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was always just the city secretary. There was never an admin assistant. Yeah, there was never an admin assistant. A few years after I started, they created a part-time, and then it evolved into a full-time. The city manager has never had an administrative assistant, so what we did, we shifted that position over to city manager, but the administrative assistant that I have, she does assist the city secretary with certain functions. She brought them over.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's taking some of the.
Yeah, she has taken some of those duties and provided some assistance to the city secretary.
Make sure.
I don't have any questions.
more questions, we're
Everybody,
good.
everybody good?
I don't have any questions. I'm good.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sal.
Okay. You're up, Henry. Now we're gonna move into municipal court.
Good morning, Mayor and council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to y'all today. I'm here on behalf of the municipal court staff to respectfully request your consideration of a pay increase for the employees who serve our citizens every day. My request is not only based on longevity, but also on performance, dedication, and the significance value they bring to our organization and community. Our team consists of Araceli, our senior court clerk, who's here with me today. She has dedicated 5 years and 5 months to the municipal court. Claudia is my other court clerk, who has dedicated 1 year and 11 months to the municipal court. That position has had a big turnover, and I feel very fortunate to have her here for a year and 11 months. She brings a great experience under the hat as a supervisor for banks, from the banks. And then our newly youth diversion case manager, who also serves as a court security officer and warrant officer, who has served the police department for 3.5 years and has also dedicated the last 7 months assisting us with the municipal court. For your consideration, I have prepared 3 possible options for salary adjustments. And I don't know, do we have the
this is-
PowerPoint?
Is this the PowerPoint that you have?
Yes. The 3 points that we have here for an increase consist of a 5% increase, and it's broken down with all the breakdowns of TMRS, TWC, the FICA, the insurance, and with the total benefits, and it has the pay and the total what it would come out to, excuse me, and then for each of the employee. And then it breaks it down to, I don't know if you want me to break it down to each of them. Would you like for me to bring it down or read it to each of them?
I guess what's the total?
I
like-
think what she has off to the right, if the council were to consider a 5% increase, that cost would be $8,055. If the council were to consider a 3% increase, that would be
Worse.
I have a 5%,
Yeah.
and then I have a 3%, and then I have a 2%, what it would come down to.
Oh.
yes. So the cost for, if the council were to consider a 5% increase, it would be 8,000. A 3% would be 4,800,
It would
and
be over
a
here on
2%
the-
is
Well, it's on
3,200
my
Would
right-hand
this be
side. It
per
would be
person
two.
or total?
That's the
total.
Oh, Henry, when was the
perfect.
last time they received raises?
I'm sorry?
When was the last time they received a raise?
All of our employees got a COLA.
Individually,
It's
I
been-
have never been before, individually, have never,
So this is
and
the
I've
COLA,
been
this
with
is all
the,
had?
I've never seen this individually since I've been up here.
Okay.
I've been with the court for 11 years and a half, and I have never been before asking for increases for my court.
Gotcha.
They do receive a COLA.
This is the
Last
first
year
time
was
I
a
have
1.5.
approached.
1.5.
Okay.
Do you have any questions in regards to this?
Oh, ma'am.
I am proud to say that this team consistently demonstrates professionalism, dedication, and a strong commitment to public services. They are often the first point of contact for citizens seeking assistance, and they handle each interaction with patience, respect, and a genuine desire to help. The municipal court is much more than processing citations and collecting fines. Our staff assists individuals who may be confused, frustrated, overwhelmed, or unfamiliar with the court process. Every day, they help citizens navigate legal procedures, payment plans, warrants, court dates, juvenile matters, and various administrative processes. They do so while maintaining professionalism and compassion, even in difficult situations. In addition to the regular responsibilities, our office frequently receives calls and visitors seeking assistance for agencies outside our jurisdictions. We're often mistaken for the city of Port Aransas, Aransas County offices, Justice of the Peace Courts, the San Patricio Court County Clerk's Office, and the District Clerk's Office. Rather than simply transferring calls or turning people away, my staff takes the time to provide accurate information, locate and contact information, and help contact citizens with the appropriate agency. This level of customer service reflects the positively on the citizens of Aransas Pass and demonstrates our commitment to serving the public. Our staff also serves as a resource for other departments within the city. Whenever the police department requires Spanish interpretation services, Araceli and Claudia willingly step in to assist. Their bilingual abilities to help bridge communications gaps and ensure that citizens receive the assistance they need. This support extends beyond their assigned jobs, duties, and contributes to the effectiveness of city operations as a whole. The court also experienced changes and additional responsibilities in recent years. Despite increasing workloads and evolving demands, this team has continued to perform at a high level. They adapt quickly, learn new procedures, assist one another, and remain focused on providing efficient and accurate service. And retention of knowledge and experienced employees is critical to the success of any department. And so I always make sure that my staff always attends training to be able to provide all of this. The municipal court requires specialized knowledge of court procedures, state regulations, software systems, customer service practices, and legal requirements. Replacing experienced employees would require significant time, training, and resources. Investing in the employees who have already demonstrated their commitment to the city is both beneficial and co-effective. I can confidently say that this team goes above and beyond what is expected. They do not simply complete tasks. They take ownership of their work, support one another, and consistently strive to provide the highest level of service possible. Their dedication reflects positively on the court, the city administration, and this council. Additionally, the continued increase in the cost of living has placed greater financial demands on employees, effectively essential expenses such as housing, transportation, insurance, healthcare, and everyday necessities. As these costs continue to rise, it has become increasingly important for compensation to keep pace in order to help employees maintain financial stability and remain focused on performing at their highest level. Furthermore, offering competitive compensation is essential to attracting, retaining, and motivating a strong workforce. In today's job market, many organizations are adjusting salaries to remain competitive and to recognize the value of experienced, dedicated employees. Investing in an employee compensation not only demonstrates appreciation to their contribution, but also help reduce turnover, preserve institutional knowledge, and maintain continuity within the organization. I am proud of the work I have accomplished and the responsibilities I've undertaken in my role. I remain committed to providing high quality service and contributing to the success of this organization. For these reasons, I respectfully request consideration of salary adjustments that reflect my contributions, performance, growing responsibilities, the rising cost of living, and the current market conditions. Such considerations would not only recognize my dedication and efforts, but also reinforce the organization's commitment to retaining experienced and valuable employees. For this reason, I respectfully ask that you consider approving a pay increase for the municipal court staff. This investment would recognize their hard work, reward their dedication, and help ensure that the city continues to retain employees who are committed to serving our community with excellence. Thank you for your time, your consideration, and your continued support of the municipal court and the employees who serve the citizens of Aransas every day. I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Are we allowed to comment?
Yes, you can ask questions, but I
don't
do
have
want
a
to
question, I
correct.
just wanna make a comment.
Yeah, what I do want to correct myself. Last year, the non-exempt employees got a 3% COLA, and the exempt employees got a 1.5%
That's right.
COLA.
That's right.
Henry, I want to preempt this by saying we do appreciate everything you and your staff does, as well as everybody within our city who works for our city. As a city council, in my opinion, I don't think it'd be fair to single out specific departments with the raise, because that's kind of telling the other departments you're not as important as these others, or you didn't do
Understand.
such as well of a job as the others. So I agree with you. I think salaries need to be competitive 100%. And maybe something we can look at, just like, the cost of living and the 3%, we can do it for all employees. That way it's fair to everybody.
I understand.
Is that fair?
And I hope I'm speaking for everybody because as you...
Absolutely, 100%. Because I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to be
And I'm glad.
inappropriate.
And I'm
But I
glad.
think if we do it for one department, I believe we need to do it for all.
I'm glad. And if this makes a difference for everybody, I'm glad to be here.
Sure.
If I represent everybody, I'm glad that I am doing that.
Thank you.
I
Thank
agree
you
with-
so much.
I
Y'all
agree
have
with
a-
Luann, because as long as I've been sitting up here, I'd put our employees against any town in the area. We got a good group here.
Absolutely.
And I think,
They're not merit-based.
We don't have a merit-based system program.
They don't have a
No.
merit-based
Yeah.
system, unfortunately.
no.
Yeah,
Thank
there's
you.
no merit-based.
Y'all
Thank
have a
you.
good
Too.
Thank you.
Now it's Jeff's favorite term.
Yeah.
My favorite time of the year.
Right.
I've got public safety next. Oh, no, IT, that's right.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning,
Mayor,
Jeff.
Council and staff. The IT department, my name is Jeff Martin.
Jeff Martin.
Jeff Martin.
Jeff.
Nobody here knows me. The IT department, the history of IT doesn't go back as far as, city secretary positions. We don't curse you if you don't. There is cursing sometimes, but we don't curse anybody, no. So we're a very frugal department. We have a history of being frugal and doing a lot with a little. To that end, one of the things that I have to do to keep employees, which this is a factory here, so I've been here for 14 years, and I churn out IT guys with experience. That's what I do. We can't pay them, so we experience them. So they'll be here for 3 or 4 years. They'll get enough experience to go somewhere and make more than I do, and that's cool. I like teaching. I like mentoring. It's why I'm here, honestly. So part of our budget is to make sure we have training available. Now, I do a lot of the training myself, but I'm sure Ethan would love it if he heard a different voice from time to time. Evidently, mine becomes droning. So we have his next step. He's done 2 or 3. 2. So this would be the third one. There's sort of a normal progression for IT training, but you reach points where you have to make decisions. Do I want to go into servers? Do I want to go into software? Do I want to go into database? So his next decision is directly something that supports our city, and it's called Linux Plus. I know that's probably not something that means anything to you, but it's a server operating system specific class, and it will give him another certification that will help him do his job here. We are very heavily into Linux operating systems as opposed to Windows. It's the same kind of technology. So that is class and cert for, I can't read it because my glasses aren't good enough. I think it's 800? 800? 600, okay. So the next thing is laptop replacement refresh. So just like our regular workstation computers, we have to refresh those, replace those every so often, or we end up with very old technology, which is not good. A long time ago here, I got us on a program where we replaced the bottom 20%, the oldest 20% of all of our computers, so that we never have anything more than 5 years old, which is a reasonable support time frame. The laptops that we have were purchased using the COVID grant stuff 6 years ago. They have lasted really well. We have not done any refreshing on them. They're starting to age out. So I want to put those on the 5-year cycle. So that's 7. Cold swap switches.
700, 7,000?
7 computers.
7
laptops.
computers.
Yeah.
Do you know what the cost of those are?
It's on there. Off the top of my head, I think it was $1,600
okay.
each, in that range.
Okay.
Cold swap switches, I know that sounds crazy. It's network equipment that we need locally. We had a failure on the switch at the water tower that feeds wastewater, aquatics, transfer station, all of the remote sites, and it's a Wi-Fi bridge. It failed. We were down a week because it took us a week to find a replacement switch. So we want to bring some of that equipment on site on the shelf, so that we don't have to wait a week while people are down. So that's $4,000. Civic Plus ADA compliance. I have to consult my notes here because. So in 2024, DOJ said you will be ADA compliant with your websites. We are not. Because we are under 50,000 people for the city, we have until 2028 to be compliant or face legal ramifications.
2027.
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to correct you, but that 2027 is for over 50,000. So cities like Corpus, by this time next year, they have to be compliant. Because we're under 50,000, we get an extra year because they know it's a burden. I mean, it is a financial burden. This is risk mitigation. This is what this is. This is let's don't get sued. That $9,000, almost $10,000, purely reflects a sort of the defense to the prosecution. It is the thing that gives us the little stamp of approval that says it's somebody else's problem if we get sued. It's on Civic Plus. We already have a working relationship with Civic Plus. We've been with them for 10 years at least.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It was shortly after I started, we got Civic Plus.
They're the ones that run our website.
Yeah.
So everybody knows what ADA is. I just ran through that like it's American Disabilities
Yep.
Act. This is a good thing. I know I make it sound like it's just we're trying to defend ourselves from lawsuits. That's the risk mitigation part of my brain. But in reality, we want our website to be accessible to everybody. And that's what this program does. It uses a lot of AI and automation and takes the workload off of the staff and onto making sure that even something like a PDF or a PowerPoint presentation can be seen by someone who is blind or heard, if there's an audio portion of it. So that's what that program does, and it's pretty neat. I mean, from a GWiz standpoint, it's pretty cool software. But that is a yearly. Well, for the first year, it's $9, whatever that is, and the second year, I think it goes down $2 or $3 and that becomes a maintenance fee. So there's a setup and all that stuff on this first one. But it's
Bless you.
bless you. But it is a.
Actually, it'll turn everything that we put on our site. It'll actually take maps and redesign it so that someone who has visual issues can actually view it.
Oh, wow.
How long does that take to implement?
I think it was 6 weeks to 8 weeks, something like that.
So it's
We're-
a short frame time.
short frame time. We're trying to get ahead of the curve. We
Right.
don't want to be reactive and next year come to you
Yeah.
going, ah.
We need it now, yeah.
So I figured if we could get compliant by the time that the big cities have to, that we'll be ahead of the game by a year.
Okay.
It's important. So I think that's everything
What's the total for all of it?
for all of,
Your list?
All your,
oh.
We don't have it in front of us.
It looks like less than 25. I have a bachelor's in math that does me absolutely no good. Yeah, I'd call that in the 20 range, under 20.
25,762.
See, my math is awesome.
25,762.
Should have
That's
gone with my
why-
first estimate. I
That's
talked
why
myself out of
it's
it.
around 20.
City secretaries have been around forever.
That's why.
This is why they curse.
That's why they curse. Do you guys have any questions for us? What we do? I think everybody sort of knows I hope everybody knows what an IT department does. It's more than just
Yeah.
showing up to fix a computer that's broke or
Right.
helping somebody with a bad print job. We keep all of the networks running. We keep our internet connection running. We make sure the monitors in here work so you can see other people's presentations. I used to make jokes that all of the presentations after mine were brought to you by the IT department. It's not a fair statement, but it's a funny one, or I think it's funny. But it's a lot more than you see on the surface. We're the ducks with the calm surface and the paddling feet. Even just live streaming this event today, everything from that to making sure that people can access the data that tells them which citizen has what water bill, and how to take their money and how to pay employees. It's our network keeps all of that running. So, and we try to do it with a smile.
well, that's why nobody understands what y'all guys do, because you keep things going uninterrupted.
That's the goal. Usually
Yeah.
you don't know about us until something breaks. I mean,
Yeah.
really, that's what kind of the way we work is. You
Yeah.
don't hear about what we're doing until something usually
Yeah.
something usually breaks, or
Yeah.
you get something new. That's like Santa Claus Day. That's
Right, right.
Jeff, I do have a question.
Yes,
So we do have some concerns, like when they're showing the YouTube videos about the audio. Is there anything or any type of upgrade that we could do for our council meetings so that our citizens are able to hear better? Because there's like,
It's so that's a multi-leveled answer.
yeah.
There are multiple things that can cause that. Some of it is actually on the user, trying to figure out how to work their computer, make it louder. The majority of the issue is something I've dealt with for 14 years, and that is people speaking into the microphones.
Microphone, yeah.
And
I mean, I see Ethan run in here and
it's-
sometimes
it's-
adjust things, so I'm just.
especially with some of the previous, we would have people like lean back, and
Yeah.
these mics are tuned for a distance, a certain
Mhm.
distance, and so it's hard to keep that in your mind. One of our options would be to put lapel mics on everyone. That's not popular because it can cause problems also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obvious. I mean, just think about the problems that can cause.
You don't wanna do that.
Is there any way that we can have a drop mic? Would that
Like a
increase?
boom.
The Let's Get Ready to Rumble mic?
Well, Not Michael Buffalo. But just in some services, because now, of course, I'm kind of speaking out of this much knowledge, but I've been a part of some production services where we have a drop mic over, say, the podium, and it picks up a whole lot better than the stick mic.
You end up with a directional problem, so those directional mics work for a certain type of sound.
Okay.
But really, you want something a little bit more like a shotgun that will pick up, and it's a cone away from This is the expert on audio stuff. I just
Less of a unidirectional and more of an omnidirectional.
Right, and there's condenser mics and non-condenser mics. There's a crazy number of things that you can do with a mic that I didn't know about.
So is there
We've
a
tried-
possibility to replace that mic with something?
We've tried 4 or 5 different things, and the problem is you have 20 different types of people that show up, and some of them will get up here and do this number, and some of them will stand back here, and so you would have to find something that works for all of those, and it doesn't exist. It's my knowledge.
Yes.
Okay.
At least I haven't figured that out, but it's something that we work on. It's something that we've thrown money at, and we've seen positive results. It's gotten better, but fixing it is part educational, part behavioral, part technical. So,
Gotcha.
did that answer your question?
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments, complaints?
No?
No? You guys enjoy your day.
Oh, yeah.
This is his day off, so.
And he's up here doing his favorite thing.
Yes.
We did that just so we could see you today.
Yes.
Yes.
That's how special you are.
Thanks.
Okay, now we're gonna move into public safety, and it's, police chief's turn. His favorite thing to do.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
They could be one for you, one for Eric. And that, the comprehensive case study, that's just one copy. They can look at, they can do for it. I just wanted to make sure what was on here is what I'm fixing to.
Yeah.
So Mayor, Council, I'm going to start off with the animal control. I wanted to just throw out some numbers. It should be up there as well.
Want me to go to the next slide?
Ma'am?
Do I go to
Yes,
the
ma'am,
next?
please.
Okay.
We did a comparison with Aransas County, just to see what we did in animal control compared to what Aransas County did. So Aransas County in fiscal year 2025, they ran a total of 1,775 calls. We did 1,216. They had 522 intakes. We had 479. They did 113 trap calls, and we did 179 trap calls. Go ahead, switch it, please. So this is what they have over in Aransas County compared to us. They have 16 dog kennels. We have 11 dog kennels that we can convert to being 22 with the little partition that goes in. Cat kennels, we have, or Aransas County has 21, we have 16. They have 4 quarantine kennels, and we have 4 quarantine kennels. Go ahead and switch it, ma'am. This is what I want to get the meat of. I'm going to give you all those numbers, and then I want to show you what we're doing with what we have compared to what Aransas County has. Aransas County has a director. They have 4 ACOs, 1 shelter manager, and 2 full-time kennel staffs. We got 2.
Total.
2 total.
Yeah.
And they're doing the work, for comparison, of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. I think that, I don't need to hammer that, it's pretty obvious there. Some of the things that our people do, that they do not do in Aransas County, they do school zone patrols. The reason why we do school zone patrols is to make sure and to try to protect the kids as they're going to school. I mean, loose dogs, that people will let their dogs out to use the bathroom, they run off. We have stray dogs, so we have them in the school zones, just like police officers in the school zones, except they're looking for animals. They do public events, the trunk or treat, National Night Out, and the costume walk. We also utilize them for parade traffic control. We use them for traffic control during severe weather. We do TNR program, and they also do the shelter cleaning and feeding. They help with the emergency management trailer, getting it in and out to where we need it. They do rehab for our firefighters and officers that are on scenes for extended amount of time. And then the mundane stuff, the laundry, dishes, supply shopping, and then they do their monthly events, which is adoption and microchipping and things of that nature. So with the 2 animal control officers, they alternate on being on call each week. If one calls out, the other sometimes has to cancel plans to be available to cover the on-call. Animal control officers regularly work 3 weekends in a row if they have being on call and they have to go to an adoption event to try to get our dogs adopted. Due to scheduling and events, our ACOs have worked up to 5 weekends in a row. We ran into this year, but this is the only time I know that I can think of that we've had this problem. But on 2 occasions this year, we were without animal control for a week. ACO was on vacation and out of the country, and our second one got sick, and she stayed out for a while. She was sick. And I'll leave that last one. May go back to that. So go ahead and switch, ma'am. So based on what the animal control officers do, it's our estimation that 75% of the work Aransas County Animal Care Services completes. We do it with 25% of the staff. And that's not counting the additional duties that they do not perform. So my proposal is adding 1 additional animal control officer at an estimated base rate of $20.95 an hour, $28.60 an hour with fringe benefits, for a total of $59,488. With that, we would also need to get another animal control vehicle. Estimated cost between $70,000 and $80,000, and that includes the upfitting for the vehicle. Total price would be $129,488 to $139,488. That's a rough estimate. And that's it for the animal control portion of it. Y'all have any questions about animal control?
I just have a quick question. We don't have an extra, like, truck or anything in our, that we could convert?
At this point, no, ma'am. We may be able to pull something out.
I'm just curious,
We've got 1 animal control truck that we're already gonna have to pull out this year. We're gonna have to get another animal control vehicle. And it's on its last leg, is my understanding from the fleet.
It is, it's
bad.
yeah, it's bad. They got
Well,
that
then are we gonna be able
Ford.
to afford
So
2
is
when
that
that
in your
happens?
budget?
Ma'am?
Is that truck in your
That's
budget for this year?
we're gonna have to crime board for that.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
It's
'cause-
gonna
You
be
could
the
ask the
crime,
crime control,
we're gonna ask
yes.
crime control board, or it's gonna come out of the drug fund.
and then they probably, because the truck
So
they
are-
got now, that Ford, it's probably,
Is that
what,
the
a
one
year
you're
old?
asking for, or you're gonna have to have 2 come in? Like,
We're gonna have to.
Yep.
What our plan is, and we're still trying to build it, or think about this, is our harbor master has a vehicle, but it's not capable of being able to move our boats. It's sluggish with that. So we're looking at getting
Taking that one?
getting a harbor master vehicle and using that one and moving it over to animal control. And
Okay,
then-
that would
but
be
we still
good.
have to get another animal.
but then we just need 1.
Yes, ma'am.
But then that other truck, you can go to crime control for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I should be able to, and if not, I think
Yeah.
I can get it. I think I can get it out of the drug fund just because I can show that it's.
If we could get at
it's
least
a-
1
it's
out of
a-
that, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
because, yeah.
I think it qualify for
yeah.
crime control.
We can take it to crime control.
Yeah, and again, if it doesn't, I think that I can wing that as because it's enforcement. I mean, they're
Right.
out there enforcing things, so I
Right.
think that would be
Yeah.
able to go through the crime board or the drug fund.
Well, and that's been a complaint of residents for years now is animal control, and we definitely need to do something about it. I mean, there is a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it
Did
is.
you, by any chance, look at the vaccine budget? Because
The what?
the vaccine budget for the animals, because I was told that that runs fairly low compared to other cities,
That
but.
would be, I'm sorry, that'll be a line item that we'll be discussing with the city manager. We go through our line items and
Okay.
we decide whether we're gonna up something or down something. Y'all wanted 5% taken out somewhere, I had to take it somewhere last year.
Yep.
So we did.
Yep.
We
So
did
that
bring
came
that
out
down, but
of,
we.
that came out of the vaccine, budget, the budget that was for the vaccines for the animals, or the spade and neuter, or whatever?
It was the TNR program.
The
We
TNR.
dropped the TNR program.
The
We
TNR
didn't drop
program.
it, we lowered it. As we went through, we wanted to see if we could cut this portion of it and we could still survive on it. And we have. I mean, we're just now running out of the TNR. So we actually did a really good job of being able to keep it up going this far. But the vaccine, I'd have to go back and look. I don't know if we
Okay.
cut any of that at all through there.
I'm pretty sure you did, Chief, because everybody had to axe a lot just to balance the budget last
Yes.
year. I mean, there was a lot that came out
Okay.
in all departments.
And just so you know, we appreciate every department who did work with us last
Yes,
year
ma'am.
to get everything back to
Yeah.
where it needs to be.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody had to make concessions and give to be able to get us to where we're at today, and for that, we are forever grateful.
Yes, ma'am. And I just wanted, I wasn't taking a shot. I was just letting you know that that's what we had to do. Y'all asked us to do, to try to drop it, so we had to go somewhere with it. But that wasn't a shot at the council, if that's what you're trying to.
No, no, not at all.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I didn't take
Okay,
it
I
that
wanted
way.
to make sure that I'm not here,
Back it up.
speaking on that.
Last year was a very difficult year,
Yes, ma'am.
and, you either deal with it, or it deals with you.
Oh, yeah, we had to cut, almost 10 million
Yeah.
out of the once? Yeah, there was a lot. I mean, that was a lot of work
That was-
behind the scenes on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think animal control is a big deal
Oh,
right
yeah,
now
it
in
is.
Oh,
our
100%.
city.
agree.
Yeah, it is.
And that may be something we need to look at, because it's almost every city council meeting, we have a citizen come up here and tell us
Yes, ma'am.
we have a problem in the
Yep.
city.
Animal control should be at the very top.
And we may be able, but
agree.
when we
I
start
agree.
getting into the
Definitely.
line item budgets with the city council and
Mm-hmm.
the finance director, we may be able to move some of those numbers where we can take a little bit from training.
Right.
And move it over into that, to
Right.
build that one up a little bit.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right, now on the
Now-
devil.
now the next
I'm
one.
fixing to go into something else.
I know.
This is probably not the biggest thing or the what y'all want to hear, but I do need to get this out.
Yeah.
So, are we on the, okay. So our base rate at this point for our officers, just to give y'all a reference of where we're at. For a police officer with no experience, they walk in at $25.14 an hour, $52,291.20. Corporals, $26.40 an hour, for a total of $54,912 a year. And these are base rates. This is not with fringe. SROs, $26.40, $54,912. Detectives, $27.72 an hour, $57,657.60. Sergeants, $27.72 an hour, for $57,657.60. Captains, $39.39, for $81,931.20. Assistant chief, $40.95 at $85,176.
Chief, let me add, that this does not include the stipend that they receive, is that correct?
This is not including stipends, and I don't include stipends, I was asked the same thing last year.
Mhm.
I don't include the stipend because that can go away at any time.
Right.
It's based
I'm
on.
looking strictly at base pay.
And it's supplemented by the Crime Control
Right.
Board, and it's available as long as the budget allows it.
Right.
So, next one, ma'am. You're good right there. So our highest paid in each position, police officer, $26.03 an hour, corporal, $27.06 an hour, SRO, $27.06 an hour, sergeant, $30.13 an hour, harbor master, $28.70 an hour, captain, $40.37, assistant chief, $41.36. I'm gonna go in, I did a study, I know there's a comprehensive study, but I reached out to all the agencies that we compete with. And these that I have on here are the same ones that are on the comprehensive plan study. So Port Aransas PD, their officers start out at $29.48 an hour. Depending on their certifications, as they keep moving, they can reach and top out at $43.64 an hour. Sergeants, $32.43 an hour up to $48.01 an hour. Lieutenant, $37.29 to $55.21. Port A has a step increase that begins at 6 months and it tops out at 16 years.
In Portland, they don't have any captains?
Ma'am?
There's no
Port A?
captain? Portland.
Portland does not have captains. They have 2 lieutenants, and then what they did is they just recently made an assistant chief position. So they have 2 lieutenants and an assistant chief. So different agencies will jump where they won't have a certain rank, but they'll keep moving up, and it's just how they do. Some places don't have them.
That's like Ingleside, they
How many do we have here?
How many captains? 3.
Yeah. How many?
3.
3 captains?
Yes, ma'am.
And how many, you know what I'd like to see, to be able to, in comparison, so we can kind of figure out our rate, is how many, like officers we have, corporals we have, like compared
How
to
many
other
of each?
cities of each position, do we have compared to other cities? Because I've heard that we have a lot more, and that might be one of the issues where we're not competitive with our rates because we're paying for,
We're too top-heavy.
yeah, so, and,
Or we can get
Unfortunately-
another animal control officer.
right,
All right,
exactly, or
so-
what I'm just saying is
But
that.
let's just go down the list. How many police officers do we have total?
28.
Of those 20,
And I'm roughing it, but I'm almost sure it's
how many
28.
corporals do we have?
We have 2 corporals.
SRO?
We have 3 SROs, two SROs, and an SRO sergeant, and those are paid for by crime board.
Okay, crime board.
Is a SRO sergeant different than a sergeant?
I'm sorry.
Is it different, or are you adding those into the SRO, the 2 plus the SRO sergeant?
One more time.
Okay, so on here, there's a sergeant,
Yeah.
of 2772. Is that the SRO sergeant? Okay.
Okay, so the crime board pays for the 3 SRO positions?
Yes.
All 3, okay.
And how many detectives do we have?
I have, in CID, I've got a CID commander, which is a captain. I've got a sergeant, and I've got 2 detectives, and I have 2 detective sergeants that are assigned to the DEA task force.
So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total detectives?
Yes, ma'am.
And how many sergeants?
I've got, in patrol, I've got 2 sergeants, and I've already told you about the CID sergeants, so, and the
Patrol,
DEA
2.
sergeants.
Captains?
2.
I've got 3
Uh,
captains.
2 patrol sergeants, but he's got 2 detective sergeants on the CID. Assistant chief,
1.
and then you're by yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wait, how many captains do we have? You said 3?
Captain's 3.
And then what, I'm missing.
2
I'm on a different
and
page.
3 is 5, and 5 is 10, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, we're a little off.
Do you happen to know, because this is something I haven't asked in years,
5, 10.
what our property crime clearance rate is currently?
Our trend?
Our
This is coming to
our
17.
That's not
property
right.
crime rate.
I don't know the numbers. I
Okay.
couldn't tell you right now
Right.
that, you know, it's at 15 or 20%.
Right.
I think our last, in the last, council meeting, we provided the monthly stats.
Yeah.
And we show the last 3 months, so it does
It's at
show,
17.
like theft, it'll show where we are
Right.
within the last 3 months.
Right.
But off the top of my head, I couldn't give you.
I
the
know,
number.
that's hard to figure that out.
There's
'cause-
28
Property crime
total.
is in any city
Oh,
is
but
big,
how
and
many-
Yeah.
it's correlated a lot with drugs.
Right.
You know, they're trying to find the money to buy their drugs. So,
Right.
They break into people's houses, if someone leaves something outside, they'll take it.
Right.
So, crime, the property rate will do this, and the problem with property crimes is they're hard to solve.
I know.
I mean, if you've got a success rate or a solvability rate of 15%, you're doing really.
You're right. You're right. That's right. Yeah, and I wasn't even planning on asking that. We were just, and I just figured I'd ask it because I haven't asked in a while.
Yeah,
But
yes.
yeah, appreciate it.
Chief,
ma'am.
for clarification, on your police officers, you said you have roughly 28. Does that include all the,
That's everybody.
that's everybody?
That's Ellie.
So these 5, 10, 15, the 17, so you have 17 officers and 11 patrol officers. You have 11 in a management role, and then 11 on patrol. Would that
That's
be
only
correct,
22.
roughly? Because you have 5, 10, 15, you have 17 between the corporals, SRO, detective sergeant, captain, assistant chief, and chief. The numbers that you gave me equal to 17. And you have 28, but these 17 are included in the 28. So you have 17 that would be considered management role and 11 police officers on the street.
Should we just get a list of position and pay and how many?
This might be a question more for Joy, but I have a question. Are any of those positions, since we do have such a need for animal control and we need an animal, could any of those positions be, I guess, transferred to a animal control officer that we really need for the city? Is that
Or have
something?
dual roles, right? And have a couple, like 3 or 4 that are dual.
Well, I mean, that's where the need is. So I'm just saying.
Those are my numbers, according, because
Right.
Yeah, because I don't know if you'd want dual role. That caused too
Yeah,
many problems.
I think so too.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Just
I agree.
actually, I'm talking about like converting it.
Mhm. Yeah,
With
I don't know.
sergeants, it looks like I've got 19 on the street, counting sergeants.
Okay. Yeah, because you got to have a shift commander and all that, or supervisor on every shift, so I get that.
So do you know how many officers you have on patrol, per se, that don't have a management role?
That don't have a management role?
Correct, like a detective, a sergeant, a chief, a meaning assistant?
We try, and I can't, each day may be different because someone has to take vacation.
No,
But on a. just
No,
on a-
I'm saying on payroll.
Payroll.
On payroll.
Okay.
How many do you have on patrol that are not on this list specifically, that are just patrol
What list are you
officers?
talking about, ma'am?
Sir?
Oh, this
What
one.
list are you talking about?
Well, okay, because when we asked you how many officers you have, you said you have 28, and that all of these are part of the 28.
Finish his presentation.
correct?
So
Or we have 20
you're,
plus all
in
these?
management, you have around 17 according to these. Of course, you may be off 1 or 2. So the difference is 11 that I'm showing. So I'm just asking, how many officers do you have on patrol that are not in a management position?
Chief, let me ask you, Chief, do you want to finish your presentation and
Yes.
then go with the questions? Do you
Yes.
want to finish your presentation?
Whichever way you want to do it.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, we'll come back to this later. It's fine.
It's like, where am I now?
I know.
We were in Portland. And then we were going to Ingleside.
Have I gone over the Portland one already?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
we were just
Oh,
starting
yeah.
with the Portland slide.
Okay.
Yes, I
So
we did.
Portland officer makes $31 an hour, 64, 480. Corporal, 40, 64, for a total of 84, 530, 120. Sergeant, 43, 98, for a total of 91, 478, 40. Lieutenant, 53, for a total of 110,240. Assistant chief, 60, 12, for a total of 125, 4960. Ingleside. So Ingleside has a STEP program, which is what I'm gonna end up asking from y'all, is a STEP program. They actually do it for the whole city, which it is a very good idea. And that, I think that's what the pay study also says, is that that's something that we should look at, but, Ingleside top out after 6 years, and then they reevaluate. So an officer starts out at $27.53 and he can go all the way up to $42.45. So $57,262.40 to $88,296. Detective, 33.26 to 42.45 for a total of 69,180.80 for 88,296. Sergeant, 35.42 to 45.20, 73,673.60 to 94,016. Lieutenant, 44.19 to 56.41, 91,915.20 to 117,332.80. A captain, 48.61 to 62.03 for a total of 101,108.80 to 129,022.40. And y'all do have these forms. San Patricio. San Patricio just proposed this fiscal year, and I got these numbers from Sheriff Rivera. The jailer, $27.41. So that jailer will be making $57,012.80. Deputy is proposed at $31.73 for $65,998.40. A corporal, $44.25 for a total of $92,040. A sergeant, $47.26 for a total of $98,300.80. Detective, $47.26 for a total of $98,300.80. Lieutenant, $50.49 for a total of $105,019.20. Deputy Chief, $57.63 for a total of $119,870.40. They also proposed that for every year of TCOL service or years, that it's an additional $500 a year. So every year they'll get whoever stays gets a $500 increase.
Is that like a bonus?
Ma'am?
Is it just given out like a bonus, like an
No,
annual bonus?
This will be where, if it's a longevity, so
Oh,
basically,
okay.
if you come in at a certain rate, the following year, if you're a TCOL person, a TCOL, which is a law enforcement certification, you get 500. Next
Okay.
year, 500. Next year, 500.
Okay.
So you're
Next year,
proposing
500.
the actual.
So if you've been there 52 years, you're gonna get, whatever that is, credit.
Yeah, 50 years, you get 25.
The one I don't have up here, that I received is Rockport PD. Their officer, starts out at $27.84 for a total of $57,897.46. And that's all she gave me on that one. So my proposal is to increase base salaries, raising the the starting base salary for an officer to $26.40, a corporal to $27.72, SRO to $27.72, detective to $27.72, sergeant, SRO sergeant to $30.55, base salary for detective sergeant $30.55, harbor master $30.55, captain $40.37, assistant chief $45. Next one, ma'am. So based on the pay study, even with this proposal, it doesn't get us up to the midpoint that was recommended. So the midpoint for an officer would be $31.42, and I'm asking for $26.40. Corporal, $32.99, requesting $27.72. Same for the SRO. I'm sorry, let me just go through the numbers. $32.99, proposed at $27.72. Detective, $32.99. Proposal, $27.72. Sergeant, the midpoint, $34.64. Proposal, $30.55. Detective Sergeant, $34.64. Proposed, $30.55. Harbor Master, $34.64. Proposing, $30.55. Captain, $48.75. Proposal, $40.37. Assistant Chief, $51.19. Proposal, $45. So I'm also proposing to create a STEP program. So creation of a pay scale for staff that consists of 5% pay increase at years 2, 4, and 6 years of service with the city, top out at 6 years of service, and is separate from any cost of living increases. if y'all will allow that. Consists of bringing all staff members up to their years of service. Initial startup to accomplish this would be, no, that number is wrong, the 199,368. You'll go to these two forms here. So with the new pay rate, the bottom proposed plus years of service would be 259,849.20 to implement. That is with the pay increase. If you decide not to give us a pay increase and you do accept the years of service, the difference to implement will be 229,398. I understand the numbers are high, and initially that's what's going to happen. Initially, to get everybody up to that spot, it's going to be higher, but next year it's going to be lower, and the year after that, every year we would adjust to whoever's coming up to their years of service, and we would plug those numbers in and ask the council or however we need to get it to make sure that it gets implemented in the line item or what have you. So as I stated, after initial startup and approval, all step increases would be added to the salary line item moving forward each budget year. And the reason is to help retain staff with experience and to attract officers to join our team. That concludes that. We'll go back to, what were you wanting to talk about?
No, okay, so on your list, you have it you said you had a total of 28 officers.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you have a list, and it's broken down by department, assistant chief, SRO. Those individuals come up to 17, which leaves a total of 11, which would be on patrol. So my question to you is, how many are actually on patrol that do not have a management role?
Yeah, I think what you're asking, like how many chiefs he has compared to
We have that. We have that. No, I want to know how many are on patrol, just on patrol, that are not in a management role.
Okay, but are you talking, if they're patrolling, do you want that number, or
No,
do you just want line item officers, no sergeants
Just
or corporals?
no
Exactly.
title,
Okay.
just patrol officer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree with more pay citywide. I mean, it's like
I
when
like the step system, but we have to look
I do
at how
too.
that would
and
do
I'm
now, but then no COLA.
and I like all the info the chief brought up, and this is nothing against anybody. I've talked to Mary about this. The pay study, I see it need to happen, but that pay study is very misleading because there's something that's not included in that, which is taxable value of a city as a whole. And that's where we're at the lowest, like Ingleside, like that's appraised value for the citywide. Ingleside is almost double what ours is. Port A, you gotta find a supercomputer to figure out what because they got money pouring in. Rockport the same way. That's why they can give these massive pay increases, and I wish I could sit here and say we could do it, but I mean, that'd be a lie. But I think everybody up here would agree, every employee we have needs to get a bump. And I mean, I'll tell you right now, that's my main focus right now is getting all you guys more money because you deserve it because of the work y'all put in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, we don't have the property tax values that
That's the
Port
problem.
Aransas has, that
Right.
Rockport has, that Portland has. And another thing to remember is that from our sales tax, we only get 1 penny.
Right.
Others get 2 pennies because half a penny goes to the crime control, the
And
other half a penny
MDD.
goes to MDD.
Yep.
So our revenue is made up from the property tax, the sales tax, permitting fees, leases, our IDAs. You know, as of right now, our annual payroll is 6.7 million. That is our annual payroll.
Gone up a bunch.
Yes, sir, it has.
And then I think we're bringing in around 7 million in property
Yeah,
tax revenue.
yeah,
So, I mean,
and I
it's-
agree. I agree with the staff, and I agree
Yeah.
with the council that, you know, we would love to give our employees a raise. And we've got to see where we are this year. Last year was a challenging year. We don't know what this year is going to bring. one of the most important things is that we have to balance our budget.
Yes.
And we also have to balance the community needs, the services, and so forth.
And that's where we can all work together, is cutting things out we don't need to give, to give the employees more money. I mean, because I'll tell you, that's what I'm looking for, is
Yeah.
to give everybody a raise. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody.
And we've done, like I said, last year we did a 3%.
Right.
One of the things that I had talked to Sandra at the beginning of the year was, once we've input the budget and our property values come in and we know where we're at, let's see how much money is left. Let's take out, I'm just gonna throw a number out there, whether it be 200,000, 300,000, take that and based on the size of the department, give them a percentage. This is how much money we have for this department, how much money we have for this department, and have them awarded to their employees as a merit increase. And aside from that, also do a COLA. But that's something we were gonna look at based on, what our budget was
What
at the
we
end.
got.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
can I interject a little bit? I like the idea of the merit increase.
Mhm.
However, we are human,
Mhm.
and people and departments tend to have little cliques.
Mhm.
And I want to make sure when people get a pay raise,
Mhm.
they get it because they deserve it, and everybody who works for our city deserves it.
And you're right,
Not
it's gotta be.
because they're your best friend, or you
Yeah.
drink beer with them,
Mhm.
or this or that. That's just, everybody deserves the same opportunity.
It's gotta be fair
Right.
across the board.
So that, just my 2 cents.
Yes, ma'am, 11 is what you're saying, and actually it is 10 because we have, Luker, who does, he gets paid on an officer rate.
Right,
And
but-
he does administrative work.
Okay, no worries.
Is it possible to get this list, but next to like the names that have their position?
Mhm.
So that way we can kind of see like, oh, these 5 or however many it is dispatch, and then that's not part of, you know what I mean? So that we can kind of see,
Okay, so you want us to assign the names?
yeah, or
Okay.
just assign their positions next to
And
their
then-
names.
okay.
He's got the report here, just, if we can see the positions next to the names. that'd be
Okay,
awesome.
all right.
Then that would just kind of help us.
Well, and for those of us who are kind of blind like myself, can we maybe have it a 2-pager? Sorry.
Bring your magnifying glass.
Sorry.
I
Yeah, with the
tried to
readers.
get it as big as I could on
I know, the
Excel,
size.
And I could have run it where it was big, but then you have to pick it up,
Mhm.
these things next to each other, and I didn't
Yeah.
want to have to do that either, and confuse
Yeah,
all that way. So I tried to get it as big as I could.
You're fine. A flashlight should be fine.
Yes, sir. Yeah, come on up, Leroy.
Well, I don't know, so I won't take up much time, Chief. On the step-based program, is that tenure-based, merit-based, or is it a combination of both?
No, it's gonna be tenure. And like they said, I believe the same, there are pros and cons to both.
Okay.
If, and someone, we had this discussion, well, what if the person's a subpar employee and they get to year 2? Well, I'm
Right.
saying if you're a subpar employee, why are they even making it to 2?
Right,
Get them out of here.
Yeah.
okay.
That's,
All right.
that's the way I look at it. So I agree with the step where it's
Well,
2,
maybe-
4, 6, and if they're not,
We haven't enforced corrective action program in the department as to where, like, if they get written up so many times, then they're out of here.
Yeah, it's a progression. I mean, once you
Right,
get
progressive
written up,
action.
you take a
Right.
progressive discipline
Verbal,
up, depending
written,
on,
final warning.
depending on what it is. I mean, because it can jump
yeah.
all the way up to here.
I know, we're all like,
Give me $10.
And then my other, just my comment, this is more of a commentary than a question. Monday, we heard a lot about flock
Yeah.
camera opposition, technology available to police departments, the risk of abuse of that. I would say that the citizens' comments are duly noted. And if they're wanting to restrict our police department to technology, I would ask that this council seriously consider measures that would actually put more officers on the street, boots on the ground, patrols, high visibility.
Okay.
We'll take,
All right,
can
yeah,
we take?
we'll take 10. We'll do
All
our
right.
10 now.
All right, okay. Oh, we'll take it now, okay.
We'll take 10.
All right.
10-minute break. David's gonna
Thank
wait
you,
now.
Chief Perkins.
Okay, now we're gonna reconvene. Go for it.
Everybody ready?
You're good.
All right. I wish the things I were going to talk to you about today were as cost effective as IT, but I've learned a long time ago that I'm in the wrong line of work. All right, I should have been in the business of making things that the fire service needs. Freaking rich.
Right.
So you're going to see some stuff on here that's going to have some kind of shocking numbers, and I apologize for that, but this is just a result of trying to catch the fire department up. And her and I have been good on so far of getting things up to date for the fire
Right.
department, and this is just another continuation of that.
Yeah.
The next one's fine, please. This one is bunker gear. This is an annually recurring event. Every year we're going to have to go through bunker gear replacement, a certain percentage of our bunker gear. That way we don't have to buy 100% of our bunker gear every 5 years. We phase it out over years with 20% of our bunker gear every year. That way it's not such a huge hit on us. And this is just the 20% for this year. You recall, we did get a grant for bunker gear. That's for another project. This is for actual operations replacement. The grant bunker gear, that's to try, I've got some police officers in the city that are interested in being volunteers.
For
and helping
volunteer
out.
side.
And I got to get them outfitted. That's the only thing holding us back. So that's what I'm going to use the grant for. And this is at an expense of $30,000. This one is an incentive pay. The fire department, we've got several incentive pays. The big ones are education and our fire service advanced certifications. So it's in increments of 25 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, and 75 cents for each one for both education and our service advancement. So we give 25 cents an hour for associates, 50 cents for bachelors, 75 cents for masters, and then the same for intermediate firefighter, advanced firefighter, and master firefighter. We give those same 25-cent bumps for. This one is for the EMS incentive. Because we're career firefighters, we're mandated by the state to hold an EMS level, and it's at the basic level. We got some guys that are getting their advanced EMT, and we currently have one paramedic on staff. And I think they should be compensated for that training and education. That paramedic goes through over a year of school just to earn that patch. Advanced EMTs, they go through a whole, probably 10 to 12 weeks of training for that skill level, and then they should be compensated appropriately also. So what I'm asking for is an additional $7,900, but we've identified funding in our current operational budget to compensate for that. All I need is the green light to move forward with it. We're going to have some savings in our operational budget because of our vehicle maintenance line item. We've got a bunch of new vehicles, and I'm hoping to God they're worth a darn, and we don't have to pay a whole bunch of money to get them fixed.
Let me ask you something, Chief. You identified funding for next fiscal year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Out of our operating budget. This is just something I'd like to do for the guys. It's an incentive for them to increase their skill levels.
And one thing to remember that would be in perpetuity.
Right.
So I think this is something we should do for the guys. They're getting the training, they're earning it. By the end of the summer, if everybody passes their national examination, we should have about 7 AEMTs on staff, and then our current 1 paramedic. Well, 2 paramedics, but I don't get the incentive. Next slide. That's just what we talked about with the current incentives that are already in place. Next slide. This one's kind of a thorn in my side. So for years, the fire department has been using a report management system, just like the PD does. We've been using emergency reporting for years. Comes along ESO, a company called ESO. They bought out emergency reporting and then rendered them unsupportable. So we were stuck last year with the option of, well, what the heck are we going to do? Well, ESO said, well, for the same price, we'll just bring you onto our platform and you can use it. So we really didn't have time to look around, shop around, do demos, do any of that stuff. It was just, we had to have it. So we did, and we found out it is not Fire user friendly. It is ESO, and I used this at my last city. It's more of an EMS based platform. It's great. I think Tri-County uses it. Good for them because it's a good platform for them. It's very functional for EMS. It integrates with billing and patient reporting and all that stuff. We don't do all that. We don't want to do all that. They do have some fire modules that allows us to put our fire calls in there, but it's just not fire friendly, and there's not enough information for us to be able to put in there that we need to put in there. Like for a vehicle fire, for example, there's nowhere in this platform to put any vehicle fire information. So we want to move away from ESO. It's just not a good platform for us to use. It's not applicable. It's not appropriate. So we found a platform called First Do. A lot of fire departments are doing it, big and small, and it works great. The demos that we did are just fantastic. It's got a lot of integrated modules in it that we use. We currently use ESO for for everything. It tracks our training, our maintenance, our inventory, our hydrant flows, all our reporting, our staffing, everything. First Do does the same thing and then more. It'll integrate with CAD better, so call information automatically drops. There's a lot better reporting metrics in First Do than ESO, and that's why my monthly department reports that go to council, they kind of suck. Okay, because there's just ESO is so bad at reporting for us. There's not a lot of, it's so hard to pull information from. But First Do hopefully fixes all that. So about half of that is already budgeted every year for renewals. I just got to come up with the difference, and the difference is unfortunately like 14,670. So that's what we're asking for. Those are just some of the benefits of First Do compared to ESO. Next slide. Extrication tools. We asked for this last year, and with this, we also asked for a confined space rig. The extrication tools were cut from the requests last year, but we did get the confined space rescue kit.
And I don't mean to, are the ones you asked for, are you asked for hydraulic or battery powered?
We're going to go hydraulic.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
With the power pack.
Right, okay.
I'm not convinced on the battery
I'm
stuff.
not either.
But these are the TNT brand with the power unit.
Okay.
28,000. That's the cost. man.
That's some good stuff right there too.
Yeah, these are good tools. Next slide. This is the big one. So I'm glad y'all are sitting down.
Good.
Oh, sorry. Oh. What? This is the big one. $307,000. This is a request for new self-contained breathing apparatus, the air packs. Our current ones are from 2013, and we need to be compliant with NFPA standards and state mandates on our air packs.
What brand are you going to go with? Because I've talked to some of the guys multiple times, and they've all brought this up.
So and after talking with the guys, want to go with Scott.
That's
Right
yeah.
now we're going with MSA. They're out of warranty. Again, they're unsupported. If you go to the next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah. So right now we've got MSA, Mine Safety Administration, air packs. Our masks. This is looking out of several of our masks. Looks like they're so worn.
Oh yeah, I can't say in here in public what they've said about those, but it's heard some pretty colorful terms about
I've heard
what they've got now.
Something similar.
Yeah.
Next slide. They're held together with freaking electrical tape. I mean, come on, what are we doing? This is life safety equipment here. We're relying on electrical tape.
Is there any grants for any of those?
There is a grant, and I'm glad you said that because I did just submit for a grant with the Assistant to Firefighters grant. ChatGPT is my hype man, and ChatGPT and I worked for about 2 weeks solid developing a grant, and and writing narratives and everything, and I submitted it a couple of days ago.
When
for
will you
this
find out?
It could be fall before we find out if we even get it. But I would like to plan on not getting the grant, and then if we get the grant, great, release the
Right.
funding to something else. But this is something we got to do. Scott Air Packs, they have lifetime warranties.
Yep.
Jason, this isn't something that we could plan out of the remodel money.
I
But
don't
what I
think-
was, and that's just what I was looking
I
at.
suppose-
I'm thinking that because I know we're already taking that other piece of equipment out of the bond monies that we got for the police and the fire project. I'm thinking that some of these we can probably, because it did allow for equipment for the fire department.
I was gonna say, I don't see why it wouldn't qualify.
Yes, so I think that we can.
And that would be
Yeah.
a way to where if they did get the grant, then we
Mhm.
could just put that money back
Yeah,
into the
because that grant's
bond.
attached to fire and police.
Exactly,
and-
yeah, so some of this we can get from that, from that
Ask
bond.
Mark, I guess, and he could let us, Mark McClaney, he could
Yeah.
let us know.
Well, I know we asked him for that other piece of equipment. He told us yes, because
Right.
it did allow for equipment. So I'm almost certain that some of these items can come from that bond.
I agree.
Okay.
So if we could get all that, it looks like, if I'm looking at this correctly, pretty much everything except for the incentive pay
Mhm.
Yeah.
could also be covered by the bond,
Mhm.
which would be fantastic.
Right, and that's the only
And
thing
then get y'all caught up,
I'm
but
not
then
gonna,
keep the budget.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, but I think all the bond money was accounted for. I don't.
Not all of
that's-
it, no, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't want the guys out there, I mean.
No, and
It's
I've talked
borderline
to them.
unsafe right now.
This has been their biggest complaint, anytime I've talked to them, is that right there.
Yeah, and we're gonna go with the, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna go big with the air packs. I mean.
Right.
they're gonna be
Chief,
the good ones.
after this meeting, send me the complete list along with the costs, if you don't mind sending it to me.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Okay, including that other piece of equipment that we took out.
Everything except for the
What's
incentive.
life shelter
Yes.
piece, like
The incentive pay.
tools and apparatuses and stuff?
That way we can see if we can, it
well,
can go through the bond.
I know the hydraulic stuff, I mean, it's,
Maintenance,
that,
right?
the TNT stuff is about up here compared to Interpack and all the, like that I work with, that TNT stuff, it's like light years ahead, everybody else
So if we get you
hydraulically.
like all caught up, then little by, like each year that comes, if something is broken, you could be like,
Well, it's got a
"What do we
lifetime
need?"
warranty.
Yeah, it won't be like these last couple of years where I've come at you
Yeah.
with like all this big ticket
But
stuff.
then once we
It's-
get that, then you could actually come with this when it's just 2 or 3 things we need instead
Yeah.
of.
Well, I'm developing a capital outlay plan that's gonna put everything in a replacement plan.
Okay.
Everything has a lifespan.
What's
so
the lifespan on these,
You get about, well,
apparatuses?
it's a two-sided answer, two-part answer. It's really, best practices say 10 to 15 years, but then there's NFPA that says you can only be behind 2 standards of NFPA, and we're about right there.
Gotcha.
So you said it has a lifetime warranty.
Not these, the Scots that we
The
want to go
Scots,
to.
okay. And the Scots, what's their lifespan?
Same thing.
That's what we're talking about.
Same thing, but if there's maintenance issues,
Like
it's
some
gonna be
4H
covered
things.
for that.
Yeah,
for
if
the
you
life
got
of the
one that
pack.
catches on fire, turns into ashes, they're not gonna warranty it, you'll have to buy
So
a
if
new
you have
pack.
one that's aging out, are they gonna replace it?
No, that's a lifespan
normal.
issue. A warranty is for like service and repairs if something goes bad on the air pack. Can we go to the next slide, please, ma'am? So this is what the Scott air packs are gonna look like. If something goes wrong with the shoulder strap or the frame or the bottle or the mask or something like that, it's gonna be covered under warranty. We won't have to pay for it. But if it's just aged out, well, that's just
Yeah.
aged out. Just like the other air packs, they were aged out.
So you're talking, if we get at least 10 years out of it, it's $40,000 a year. That would be our cost.
Business major, not a math major, but I'm like the chief. Or I'm like
Well,
Jeff.
yeah, 401,000 is roughly 40,000 a year for 10 years.
Yeah.
But that would look a lot nicer every year when he comes in and says, I need 40,000
Instead of
400.
300, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like
Well-
that better, so I'd like to get y'all where you need to be anyways, just.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
for safety
likewise.
measures.
Yeah.
But I'd like it to come out of the bond if we can.
Yes, and that's all I'm gonna need actual quotes, not estimates. I'm gonna need the quotes,
I
and
think
then we
you
gotta
can.
make sure they're from a purchasing cooperative.
think
If
you
not,
can.
then we'll have to go out for an
I'm okay
RFP.
with the certificate
Yeah, I've got-
and
I've
stuff,
got
Okay,
all
if
that.
you can send me that, yeah.
Things
Sure.
that usually
Yes, ma'am.
payroll out of it.
Yeah, so,
Uh,
but
that way. I don't want him, if we're not dotting it, to not think that we are supporting it. We're
Right,
for that.
right.
And coincidentally, the other piece of equipment that we had already talked about coming out of the bond
Yes.
was the compressor
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
jetpacks.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, me and Mary talked about that, yeah.
Yes.
So it's all related.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, since the bond was for
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, yeah.
part of it, this makes sense to me.
I think this is the last item on there. A little bit
this
back.
one, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
thanks. Thermal imaging cameras. These are the two that are on, one's on the ladder truck and one's on our fire engine. And these are so old. One's from 2004, one's from 2015, and they're just beat to hell. We just want to buy a couple of new thermal imagers, keep one on each truck. And we use these for actual life safety searching for victims where we can't see. They use them on routine calls or smell of smoke. We'll use them, look for heat sources and find out if there's anything going on. We've used them on furnaces. In fact, we just used one at the DC's house, at the AC's house. He had a furnace issue, and we found. that
Oh
it was
yeah,
a
those
reason.
dinosaurs y'all got, I couldn't even figure out how to turn the freaking things on.
Yeah, those are from back in my day on
Yeah.
the truck. Those are, but they got these newfangled ones now. And
Well, we could throw that in there also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's part of it.
yeah,
On
In the summary.
this part.
yeah.
Next slide, but that I mean, that's it for the fire department, really. I know
Okay.
that was a lot.
I have a question about the incentive for the certification. You've already got it within your budget
Yes, ma'am.
for next fiscal year. Mary said that's like a forever thing. But I'm okay with it as long as you kind of know that if in the future, like that something happens and you have a vehicle that's not in service for a little while or whatever, that money is kind of, because I think they should be compensated, but do you have, like, is that gonna like cap you out, like for the vehicle maintenance for in
No,
your budget?
I think we'll be fine, just based on our trends I've looked at over a couple of years. And I realize that all of the incentives are subject to budget.
Mm-hmm. But if they do have that certification, I'm okay with, me personally, I'm okay with them receiving that stipend for that certification. I know in my profession, if we get a certification, the same thing. We get like a 25 cent or whatever it is raise, so I'm
I
okay
think
with
ours
it.
are 50 cents.
It's 50 cents?
Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
Oh yeah, I agree. That's how you keep good employees.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been said
Make
that
them sign
we're
a
not
2-year. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding. You can't go anywhere.
It's been said that we're not like other cities, and I agree. You know,
Yeah.
I think we're just so damn better.
I agree.
We've got good
Mhm.
employees, and I really want to keep my guys I got.
Oh yeah, you got a good group over there for
Let's
sure.
just hope
Yeah.
that all
They
this
just
can go
didn't,
productive.
by the way, they didn't provide tacos to Project Graduation. I'm just letting you know that came up in council
Oh, yeah,
meeting.
y'all dropped the ball.
Y'all dropped the ball. I'm just saying, putting it out there.
Yeah.
You guys should have come save us, or save them tacos.
Not a taco guy. I was asked about other things, though.
That's because you're not from Texas.
Man, just kick a guy.
You're not from Texas? Yeah, never mind on the scratch it all.
You're from Texas, you like tacos.
Nobody said I don't like tacos. But that's all I have for the fire department. Any other questions?
No, I think I'm
We've all
good.
been answered.
Yeah,
I think we're just gonna.
Thank you, Chief.
Double check it, we're gonna double check and make sure we can put it under the bond and.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
if so, then it looks like.
Yep,
Awesome.
agree.
everything should
All
be
right.
approved.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you,
If I
Chief.
get that grant, I'll be coming to you for approval to accept it. So.
Please.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, dang it, we can't do another break now.
You need another break?
No, do y'all?
Oh, no.
No.
Hold a break?
I thought you said-
No,
Dang
we were
it.
just gonna die earlier.
I was trying to hook you up, David.
Yeah. No, mine's gonna be easy. I'm just looking. It's gonna be hard to describe when you show a lawnmower and a pickup truck. And, oh, I need a pickup truck so we can drive. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of it's self-explanatory, but we'll go through it anyway. I usually try to make mine a little spunky and silly,
No,
but
it's okay.
man, we're just struggling with the pump stations and sewer issues, and I was like, let me just make a plain Jane, painted dry PowerPoint. So this is what we got today. Okay, mowing department. We'll need another mower just to replace one of the older ones. I believe it's not operable, right, the current one? So the ones they're replacing, it's not even working right now.
Okay.
So
So what are y'all using to mow?
we have other mowers. that we're using, but,
Push
you know,
mowers.
we would need this one replaced so we could be fully operable.
Okay.
And we are going to, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Finally.
And pickup truck, it's not a negative 65,000, it's just when I press enter, it, for some reason it did that. So
They gonna
it's
pay
it's
us
a
for
plus.
taking truck.
It's
That's good.
not- it's- we're not
Already
removing
saving
money,
us
but.
money,
yeah,
thanks.
This
yeah.
truck, are you buying it through the buy board or are you buying
Yeah,
it?
by
local?
board.
Yeah.
That was a picture I had in stock, so it might not specifically be a Ram, but it's just trying to show,
Equivalency.
yeah, just a general truck that we would need for the crew. So one of the tarps at the dog park is damaged, so we need one to replace that. I wasn't sure if it was gonna go under Parks and Rec, or we normally manage that, so I just want to put in our presentation too, at least.
We could
Put it on there.
We could go to the MDD
MDD
board for
board.
In
that.
fact, I was gonna say, I think
Sure.
maybe that's something we can take through the MDD
Sure.
board.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, well, I just want to bring awareness to you guys
Okay.
on that one. It won't have to be yellow either. We do have two more park equipment. The one on the left is the spinner, the hurricane spinner, and the one on the right is, remind me? What the one? Cyclone. Cyclone. So the one left, community park, and the one on the right would be Veterans Park. It's a total of 11,000, so it's about 55. I don't think it's 5,500 each. I think one's like 5,000, the other one's 6,000. But again, wasn't sure if it's a Park and Recs thing, but since we are doing the maintenance, I want to at least bring awareness in case
Okay.
if we have to do it or,
We could,
yeah.
We can try.
yeah.
And then, if not, would he normally keep this under it, or would I go to Parks?
Well, we can try, I mean, let us see if we can get it through the MDD board.
Sure.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter who does it, it just needs to be done.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mhm. And then go to street department. Tito wanted to get this, we actually had a demo of it a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, we didn't have the funding at the time, but we're gonna schedule another demo for this thing. It's a recycler, and you can also throw hot mix in there. So what it does, it's instead of using cold mix, I think right now we're using bags that we throw in there. We buy in bulk and patch it up. Well, this one, it'll actually heat it up so you can apply it hot, because hot mix is better than cold mix. Cold mix is more like, it'll get us by. Hot mix is more long-term.
We need that because
Yeah.
that will last a
Yeah.
heck of a lot longer than how it's been
I
being
don't know
done.
if you
And
saw, but they're talking about on Demore, there's a big hole.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's,
Just thought I'd let you know.
Oh, they
Yeah,
call-
yeah. The good thing about this is that even if we bought hot mix, and let's say we didn't install it in time and it hardened up, we could throw the hot mix back in
Yep.
there. It'll reheat it up again and reuse it. So usually when we get hot mix from the plant, we got like 3 hours to install it, and we're losing an hour driving up here, so we got 2
Right.
hours to do it. In this case, if we run out of time or whatever, then we could just throw it in there, reheat it, and still use it. So
Right.
it's going to be very useful if we can get that approved.
What do you need to pull that?
I'm sorry.
The truck, like what?
A pickup truck could pull
Just
it.
a pickup
Yeah.
truck?
yeah.
Yeah, when we had the demo a couple
I
years
kn-
ago, which is a regular pickup truck that pulled it.
So just for kicks
I
and
knew a
giggles.
truck.
Will this save us money having hired a subcontractor previously?
No,
No,
we've all,
we
Or we just
currently
did it
do it
manually?
ourselves, yeah.
We just did it manually?
There'd really be no money saving, it would just be a higher quality product. So I guess in the long run, it would save money, not have to redo things, but,
It would save money in personnel, I mean, as far as hours, billable hours, because just on my street alone, they have to go out there every 3 months. And right now, it's like driving through a Baghdad airport.
well, because now you do it with hot mix. Before, you just use a shovel,
Cold patch
Yeah.
asphalt, and
step on it and move on.
As soon as it rains, that cold patch asphalt goes away, and then you got the same pothole.
Well, that's the problem, and you get water in there and it trashes the base, and that's what just destroys
So
everything.
with this, once they do it, they have to do it, let's say, less times per
Right.
year. So you have them on other projects rather than just going and patching the same.
You get more life out of maintenance doing it like
it
this.
adheres
in a
better
way.
when it's hot, that's
Yep.
what it is.
Yep.
When it's cold, you're just kind of like pressing it down, hoping it sticks. This one, when
Yeah.
it cools down, it actually grabs.
Yeah, cause with the cold patch asphalt, you put it down there.
It looks
and
heavy.
they have to go out there
So I
and
didn't know
tamp
if
it
they
down.
needed like a special
If-
type of truck.
Correct me if I'm
Especially
wrong,
if it
but
has-
this apparatus has a tamper itself, right?
No, it has a place for us to store or tamper.
Oh, the truck that he
But
was asking
we will still
for.
have to tamp it, there's no doubt about it, but the thing is that it's adhesion that makes a
But
difference.
it's gonna be a longer lasting seal.
Sure.
than just cold patch.
And the trucks that we currently have do have the towing capacity to tow this.
Yeah, we just have to switch to military hitch, but I mean, that's just, we can buy that at discount somewhere.
Oh, it's got like a Pinnacle hitch on it, Mike? That's what's on it, yeah.
But the half ton can tow,
Hmm?
We have 1 ton.
1 ton,
We
yeah.
have a 1 ton that can.
So,
yeah, it-
does this got a place on it, Mike, like to put David?
Mm.
I'm
Because he was
messing with
talking,
both
that's
of y'all.
why- That's a compliment, I appreciate that.
Can you
Make
put like
it
a
worse.
whacker packer on that place where it's stored?
Right, it's in the back. I remember seeing that there was like a cubby
Yeah.
on the back.
It's got a-
Right?
There is a spot where you can store the walk-behind packer.
Yeah.
But when we pothole patch, we take our miniature roller and we actually use a roller to pack them.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind then on that, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So, I don't know about you all, but when it comes to our roads, that is one of the major complaints. I
Mhm.
think this would be an investment worthwhile.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
big time.
Absolutely.
Just so we can actually do some work and let it sustain for a
Sure.
while.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, 'cause me and David been talking about this for years.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's, no, I'm beyond good with that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Security cameras at the transfer station, I think we had bought some cheap ones just to get us by when we first got the scale. They're not working, so this is,
Are we
I
having
believe it's a
problems over
GoPro. Yeah, the people still sneaking in there and trying to get in the building. I mean, we got better.
What if we put
Like-
our mobile flock machine?
If you spare one,
Have
can
you
you spare
checked-
one out of the 10?
It'll read those things.
Have
Dang.
you checked with Jeff to see if he has any cameras that he's not current?
Shots fired.
Right.
David, have you spoken with
To
Jeff?
dump,
To
to dump trash.
Yeah, we spoke to him in the past. That's where we got the number. I mean, it's not, we didn't get an official quote. We just got a budget number, but
No, I'm saying to see if he has any cameras that are not currently in use that can be installed.
Jeff Martin?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been involved in this.
Does,
But he-
again, does
yeah.
he have any cameras that are not currently in use that he can install?
That's what he has, exactly what we have existing
Mhm.
that are.
Yeah, the cameras that are on now are the ones he supplied. But this would be an upgrade to a,
So is it just mostly dumping issues? Like
something, I think trying to break in. I don't know if people have actually been successful, but we got a Connex box and we have bars in the window and stuff, but people still try or have broken in.
What do they want?
It's just.
Yeah, it's just
unoccupied.
wire.
And
It's
we-
not occupied
it's
building.
in the middle of nowhere,
Copper.
like nobody's watching. It's like
Okay.
it's safe to break into because nobody's ever gonna catch you. There's no
Yeah.
neighbors. It's hidden
Just
in
weird.
brush.
Huh?
So, but if we can get some eyes up there, at least we can.
We also hold equipment out there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and then metal too. We recycle
Oh,
metal.
It's where we dump trash. What are they stealing?
No, but we recycle metal there too. So I think they're trying to go off with the metal. And,
Copper.
Nickel and dime stuff.
We did have one time a TV had something stored there. Somebody literally broke the gate, the chain, hooked up the RV and drove it out.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, dang.
And with the cheap, non-working cameras.
I was just
So, question for you. This,
I'd like to bring up that Chief did say out of the property crimes, if you're doing 15% solving them, you're doing real good. And the problem out there is that it's in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
And anybody that, you know, we have opportunity to. They're gonna ride up there with a crescent wrench in their back pocket and a flathead screwdriver, and they're gonna try and take anything that they can.
Oh, yeah, they'll go after a 4D, 8D battery in a minute because they
And
ain't cheap.
They'll do $10,000 worth of damage for a $20 battery.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
broke
That's
into my
right.
storage and stole my welding leads. That was nice.
Next would be a mechanic lift. Our mechanic shop has the capability of doing a lot of our repairs, but it's hard to get under there. It's dangerous to put jack stands with trucks that are 1 ton and 3/4 tons. Like they're pretty
Mhm.
pretty heavy duty to be like, yeah, let me just
Put a jack
let me
stand
roll
under
under
it.
there and see if I can. So this mechanic lift will save quite a bit and also be safer. I'm not saying it's going to pay itself off in a year or two, but
Oh, it'll pay
it
itself
will
real
eventually make sense.
Oh, yeah, with better
financially.
maintenance, that'll pay itself off quicker than you could imagine.
Where is this? Would this be installed at Public Works at your?
Yeah, in one of the garage space. Wastewater treatment plant. We actually procured an engineering firm to do a study on this, and they did a cost estimate of what it was gonna cost. I think it was 3.1 million at the time. So this one, I just bumped it up to 3.2. But it's screw press. Right now, currently, what we do, we literally dump the solids in a big old concrete pool, let the sun bake it for 4 or 5 days. We scoop it up and haul it off. Okay. This one, we're actually dewatered instantly. So instead of waiting 5 days for the sun to bake it or for it to drain, it would literally squeeze the water out instantaneously and within a matter of minutes. So it'd be kind of like a smooth, like a continuous process of dewatering and sludge removal. Our plant is old. I know in terms of mathematics, it's like, okay, but our capacity is this, but we're gonna run this. At the end of the day, it's still a plant that struggles with rain, with solids, and we just seem to not be able to get rid of it fast enough. We're either hiring haul trucks, we're renting dewatering cans, we're spending so much money just to do something that this thing could do. Like
You
in a
came last
continuous
year
basis.
with us.
Yeah.
Does this do like the Corpus plants where like you back a dump truck under a pipe and it
Yeah.
just pumps?
Yeah.
Okay.
In this case, we'll put a roll-off in there and have a couple and just
Right.
fill it up, move it out of the way, and
And I think this is already in the works, right, Mary, with Grant Works?
Yes, that's one of the projects we wanted to include in that grant that I was telling you about, Mayor.
Okay.
So it's being worked on?
Yes.
Okay.
And unfortunately, this is gonna make an improvement to the plant. It's not gonna save the world either. There's still a lot of there's more improvements we have to do in the plant, but at this time, it's like we're just trying to eat an elephant one bite at a time. And instead of we can get this, at least the sludge removal up to par, then that's another thing off the list we don't have to worry about. But we still have to make improvements in the racetrack, the clarifiers. Those are old. The contact basin is old. The plant is old. We're trying to, in a couple of slides, we'll talk about some more improvements, but I kind of want to put that seed in your mind that this isn't going to be the end of it. There's still a lot more improvements we
Oh,
have
no,
to do.
that thing was built in-
especially if we keep growing.
Plant fired up in the beginning of 1982. It's up there in age.
Correct.
We could get a grant for that, would be amazing.
For that.
Absolutely.
It's, yeah, it is.
And this, again, for the wastewater plant for the SCADA. We do have SCADA for our lift stations. We have SCADA for our water stations, so that's a huge mandatory tool. And we're to the point we actually need this system ready. Everything's ran old school, monitored old school. We got paper dials with the needles, literally scraping, telling us what numbers are. At this point, we have to get up. We're not asking for AI. This is a standard that all plants have, water plants. If you went, when we went to Alice, those screens we're seeing.
That's
is
SCADA.
this. And remember when Mr. Peacock said, hey, what's that yellow lemonade?
yellow?
Like basic screens like that where you can monitor, so you can actually foresee where you can have issues, problems coming up, levels increasing, lab reports not meeting. Well, you'll be able to get notified ahead of time and try to remedy and try to be more proactive versus reactive. So this is another thing we would need added to the wastewater plant.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
it's
that'll-
not going to solve the problem in terms of processing, but in terms of information and controlling and things like that, that's what we would need this for.
And that ought to help it.
Helps you see a problem before it actually.
Yeah, this'll help it. That'll help in big rain events for if you'll be able to tell if that thing's about to overflow or not. Yeah.
And then we'll have alarms and
Yep.
hey, even
Yeah.
in the middle of the night, we'll get a notification, hey, something's off, and then we can go over there and fix it versus showing up at 8 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like, dude, what just happened?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes that clarifier will flip, and it's like, dude, it was fine when we left, and overnight something. But in this case, at least we get notified in the middle of the night and try to catch it sooner.
Right.
Mickey, am I wrong about any of that? That's not. Okay. And also a crane, truck with a crane. So every day we have to go look at we have to inspect every single lift station. And a lot of times we have to pull that submersible pump that can be ranging from 10 feet deep to 30 feet deep. We need that crane to hook the pump, pull it out, clean it up, and then put it. I do believe we have a truck with an old crane, and it works and it doesn't work. And at this point, I would rather see if we can just get a brand new one.
I have a question for you.
He ain't asking for much.
Hypothetically, if you had to pick between this or the other truck, what one are you taking?
I'll let them do it. It's two
I know the
different
totals
duels,
are
but
different, I'm just
they would
saying,
have to go
that's
head to head on that
overall,
one.
y'all gotta fight it out?
Yeah, arm wrestle. Considering it's the lift stations, it's a safety and health, we would pick the crane truck over the other one.
Over the mechanic lift.
Oh, mechanical, I
Oh,
think said
no,
the
no,
other
no,
truck.
we said that.
No,
I
no,
said the other
the
truck.
other
The other truck.
The other truck, just
Yeah.
between
Yeah, they've been asking for
Yeah,
this
one's
for the
linked to
past
lift
couple of
stations.
years.
It's almost like we would have to pick this one over the other one.
Yeah,
We
they-
still need the other one, but you're asking to
Oh, wait, we
pick.
got, never mind, I just flipped the page, we got another truck.
Yeah.
How many trucks are you asking for?
Wait, never mind.
Jesus.
Because I think this one, Mike, been asking for this one for like 3 years, right? At least. At least 3 years.
So we've been putting, I would say anywhere from 5 to 10,000 a year to try to keep that one running.
Right.
3 years later, we put 15, 20K into it already.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Take a deep breath for the next one.
Next one. So another truck that's a little cheaper.
A little cheaper.
Negative 50,000, it's plus. But it's a replacement of the old truck. So back in 2015, Public Works was blessed with a brand new fleet of trucks all at the same time. Fast forward 10 years later, all of them are breaking down at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah, so we're just trying to phase them out. I know every year we come and ask for trucks, like, how many trucks you got? But we still have other trucks we're trying to phase out as well. So believe me, our mechanic is doing a heck of a job keeping these dinosaurs still rolling. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hydraulic power pack. Mickey had brought up an issue about having electrical tools. We have to deal with water leaks, sewer leaks, and we have battery packs and trying not to get them wet, and then they get wet, and they get, well, Mickey wants to convert everything to hydraulic tools. So this one,
Yeah.
kind of, instead of electronic generator, it'll be a hydraulic generator. So it'll just be running hydraulic fluid through the hoses and the tools to get them operable. And they should be waterproof, right? Yeah.
They're all rated for underwater.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart right there.
So we would ask for 2 just because we have 2 departments, and it's been plenty of times we have 2 or 3 leaks at the same time, with multiple crews. But, so it'd be 17 grand for both combined. Vector truck, I believe ours is a 2018. 2018. So these trucks take a beating. They literally suck in and vacuum and haul the worst things you could think of. You know, the worst smelling things, and it's very corrosive, the stuff that we have to deal with. So this case, I think squeezing 6-7 years out of a Vector truck is really pushing it. The fact that we would have to get it financed, it wouldn't be the whole 600,000. Would try to finance it for 5 years or plus. But
Now, could we keep the one we have for like if we had to pull the water out of the wells on the pumps? Because I know we don't want to stick that new one and suck salt water, but is that something we could do?
So the reason to replace it is it's just becoming inoperable.
Is it?
Almost every month something rots out on it and we're constantly having to replace these pieces on it.
Gotcha.
To the point where we can't even utilize it for the Vector system itself. We're mostly using it to jet
Jet.
things and
Just
stuff like
jet
that.
inside.
We have other capabilities
Yeah.
of doing that right now. And the company that we have bought from previously offers a trade-in.
Oh, okay.
Trade-in really is when we take our current old one and do a trade-in to help reduce the cost. of
Never
the
mind, you sold me.
I was gonna ask, same thing with your trucks that you wanna buy. What do you do with the old trucks?
we auction them.
And then the resources go where?
General fund.
Can you trade them or no? Or is it not worth it? Do you usually go out of an auction?
I believe in specialty trucks, I have to look into it. I know a lot of times you can't trade, you have to give because it's bought with taxpayer money, you have to at least auction it once, and nobody buys it or nobody puts an offer. At that point, you can do what you want because you made an effort. But yeah, I got to see what the policy is on trading in trucks. 'Cause I know they've done it before in the past, but to answer your question, I just at least want to do a research on that.
And it might be more beneficial to.
And obviously,
You can.
obviously other cities have done it, so they wouldn't offer that option if it wasn't
Yeah.
legal or available. But
Okay.
but in terms of asking for the pickup trucks, we don't trade those in; we just auction them. Skid steer with tracks. Is this replacing the tired one? Okay, so we have a skid steer that has 4 tires. And with Ramses, with all the sand, you can't get anywhere
They'll
with it.
suck
You just,
around here.
You spend more time pulling it out than actually
Yeah.
hauling things out. So in this case, we would just replace it with a track. We did get the use out of that 4 tired skid steer, so it's not like it's brand new, it's beat up already. But this case, we're gonna go with tracks. These are some of the previous projects I had presented. I know we have some projects that are on the list for streets, but just understand if water and sewer are tied to these street projects. We had to coordinate that properly. We have to either install the infrastructure and then pave, or pave and never install the infrastructure. Because it wouldn't make sense to pave and then tear up the road to put pipe in there. So just food for thought, just kind of keep that in mind.
Okay.
I know this has been presented probably the last 3 years, I believe. This is probably the third year. So
And Mayor, you know how I've been talking to you about the ability to take out some bonds because we're going to have that debt capacity? These are some of the projects. I know you don't want to hear it, but.
and if you can go to the next one.
Well, there is, go back to the other one. Besides, that's the property that I think was like from 1950 something
Oh,
that got,
yes.
54.
That's right.
that
From the,
got
early 1950s.
early 1950s.
That was annexed.
That was annexed.
Yes.
But besides that, the city actually spent crime control money,
100,000.
100,000 to clear out 5 acres that's out there.
That's correct.
That the city's looking into purchasing, possibly.
Possibly,
To
yes.
do possibly something in the future. So that's a future investment potential for the city. It would be nice.
And this is
Well, Jason wants a water tower. I'm just gonna tell you what he said.
I really try to bring. Yeah, I really try to bring
That's
the.
all he cares about.
I listen to the public. I try to bring the projects that people approach me in.
Is this,
hmm Yes.
do you know who,
Yes.
right?
I was gonna
okay.
mention his name.
Yeah, I got
that's
the
what was gonna
text
say
right
now.
here.
I go,
Well, that's
yeah,
why I was laughing at, oh, you're gonna give him
yeah.
you're
So
gonna give him a street, but no,
No, this is this one.
yeah.
I just
So
got
I
a
do
message
get-
on this one
I
right
do
here.
get approached by the public and asking for streets. I think some like the one on an Arch was requested by 2 residents. So the least I can do for my job is to pass the message back to you. So Mr. Cepeda,
Yeah.
I think he's part of the VFW, and so if he had made a request about upgrading this water line, I told him the least I could do is bring it forward. So this also has been brought for the last couple of years as well. It might have been the same amount as Myrtle as well, but this one is the 2-inch line. It's tapped out. There's some properties that cannot get any more tapped. I believe there's, if you kind of see like all the wooded area. So kind of imagine if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's potentially 7 or 8 properties. They cannot get developed because if you count the other houses, they already took up the capacity of the 2-inch line, which is a total of 10 taps. So if we can convert to a 6-inch tap, then theoretically we could develop that whole, not we, but the citizens could develop their property if
No,
we
that's,
upgrade the water line.
that's what I think we ought to do. And I remember when they had that drainage problem, and I went out there to where maybe potentially adding a couple more manholes.
Well, I think we've seen too that these residents and business owners are finding they're trying to come and bring business here, and there's no sewer and water on the
Right.
property.
And
And
places
we're,
you would never imagine.
Yeah.
places you would never think
In the middle-
that
in the
they
middle of
didn't
town.
have,
In
in
the
the,
middle
in the
of
middle
town.
of
Yeah.
town.
Like, that's where,
And that's
you would
why.
think you need to do due diligence when there's houses
Yeah.
and.
Businesses on each side, and then
Yeah.
to not have
Sure.
Agreed.
the ability to tap into water and sewer is crazy.
Sure. And that's why you've been seeing a high rate of people doing pro rata, because at this point it's like, dude, if you're gonna do it, I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
they're getting to the point. That's why Mr. Guerrero wanted a pro rata. He's like, dude, I just want to build my house. So technically he's doing it for himself. I know Mr. Knox came over, and we have a couple other potential people that are doing it because they're like, dude, if you don't have the funds, I'll pay for it up front and just.
Is
manage
this
it from
something,
there."
Mary, that was looked into as well? This particular one for the bond, or no?
This was not one.
This
I
was
think
added.
This was just recently added.
Okay.
But yeah,
But, I mean, we can look at it.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think this is not probably, what, 3-4 years
Mhm.
that this has been brought up.
Yeah. And he calls me all the time too.
Me too. He just
All the
sent me a
time.
text.
He calls you more than Mr. Dallas.
Hmm?
He
Yes.
calls you more than Mr. Dallas.
Mr. Dallas emails me more than anybody else. Mr. Bella calls me more than anybody else. So it's 2 different.
Two
methods.
different ones.
Yeah. And it's probably like once every month or so.
Yeah.
Mike will email me. Another thing I want to bring up, I know you guys were talking about the pay study. So I had gotten the pay study numbers, and I got some information from some of the pay. So I kind of wanted to kind of paint a picture, and I do have these guys' permission. That's why I'm only going to speak on their behalf instead of, but just so you know, it's a citywide problem, not just us. So there's 145 employees, okay? 23 of them are overpaid based on the pay study. Okay, this isn't overpaid in terms of salary. It's in terms of gap between what they're getting paid and what the pay study says it should be. So we've got 23 people that are overpaid, and we have 122 people underpaid. So the ranking from first to 145th, the lower the ranking, the bigger gap you have in your pay, right? So if you rank between first and 23, you're golden, right? Because you're getting paid above what your pay study is. If you rank 24th or 245th, then you're not in a good place. Mickey is ranked 90th on that list. I am ranked 112 on the list. Sid is ranked 128, and Tito's ranked 131. So here, we're not even in the top 50 in terms of gap, a pay study. So what I want to say, if
Can
we
we
do
see
a
that study?
Hmm?
Do you have that study where we can
Yes.
see it? Okay.
I
I'd
emailed
like
it
to
to
see
Mary
it.
this morning too. So
I'll send it to you.
yeah, so if we do a COLA, Mickey will go from 90th place to 90th place. If we do a COLA, I'll go from 112th place to 112th place. You see what I'm saying? The problem will never fix. The thing is that I do feel that pay study should be looked at and utilized and try to strategically be adjusted. I'm not talking just for us, because the PD, fire, they got people that are ranked as low as we are too. So it's you'll be surprised at people that are overpaid. I think if you see it, I think some of your jaws will probably drop. But if you see the people that are underpaid, your jaw will probably drop even lower.
So what you emailed is what's gonna make our jaws drop.
David,
Yeah.
tell him who's 145.
Oh, and I was going to say, and ranked 145th place is Mary Wattis.
I could have guessed that.
She is ranked, and because she gave me permission to do it, because
Yeah.
I didn't ask, but she gave me permission in front of y'all, so she is ranked 145th place out of 145.
Well, I tell you, our Public Works Department, y'all guys have set the bar, I mean this, y'all set the bar up here in the area. I'd put y'all's department over any department around this town. And
Y'all
I'll
work-
say it
You've turned the
publicly.
department around.
Y'all
Since you
work
came in,
very hard, and we
you-
appreciate
and
every
all you
effort.
guys, y'all,
Yeah.
From you
seriously,
guys.
But to have him leading y'all has been, I've personally seen it firsthand. Like where I had issues for years where it rained an inch and a half, and I'd have raw sewer in my yard.
Well, it's the
And then
whole,
he came in and fixed it where everyone else said, well, it's just the way it is.
yeah,
you know?
it's the leadership
I mean,
across the board of Public Works.
yeah,
But
y'all
going
are
back to
doing
Mickey,
it. Y'all are
goes
rocking.
beyond what he's
You
doing.
really are.
Tito, it's Sid, I mean, y'all guys are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do what I have to make sure y'all don't even think about going somewhere. I mean, y'all are.
He's gonna pull out his checkbook.
I
Yeah,
might on
let's
these
not go
guys.
that far.
I
Yeah, you
might.
can't squeeze
I mean,
anything
these guys
out of
knows I'll look. These guys are my department. I
Yeah.
mean, y'all are freaking amazing. I mean, I'll say it. And I mean, whatever.
But
I have that study, so I'll
I'd love to see it.
so
Yeah.
I would like for you guys to implore, because even though I'm ranked 112th, there's somebody ranked 111th, 113th, and there's a lot of people in there with very, very big pay gaps. It's kind of
We've talked
Yeah.
about how do we do
Right.
it where we
Right.
can, because I don't think we could do it in 1 year.
No, you won't be
We
able to.
could,
I-
we'd have to get a plan in place.
Yeah, I ran the numbers myself. It's impossible to fix today, tomorrow,
If we
next
could
year,
fix it over
3 years.
But we got to start somewhere.
But the thing is that
We do need to start,
that
100%.
just be careful when you're giving raises. If you're getting raises to the top 23, you're just making the problem worse. And I have nothing.
Oh,
against,
yeah.
I have nothing against the top 23. It's all about statistics and numbers, because I do statistical analysis. So when I see numbers like all these 23 are great people, statistically they're in a really good place.
Well, you know how it is.
Actually did.
Yeah.
You know how it is, David, that
Questions we've had, so that's awesome.
the guys that are in the ditches with the shovels, those are the ones that make us look good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I know
In the
exactly what
heat.
you're
Yeah,
saying.
you guys are
Right.
awesome. I mean, y'all really are.
Yeah.
Y'all,
Yep.
I've seen,
And the sad thing, if you see the departments or the top 23, it's going to make sense. So pay attention
Oh,
to the departments that are in top 23.
Yeah.
I know.
We will definitely study it.
are we on there?
No, it's just,
What a dollar.
no, because you're
I just wanted to see.
We're number 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50.
no, 'cause the dollar you get paid is $2 over what the pay study says. But anyway, that's all I had. I appreciate your time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, David.
Thank
Thank you guys for everything you do. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
And thank y'all for
Who's
being out
next?
there when it was pouring
oh,
rain.
development services.
The mosquitoes trying to carry you away.
Small brother.
All of that.
PDF, the PD stuff.
I don't think I have your presentation, I'm sorry.
This is for Bob. And these are in order?
I think the council, do you
Oh, no,
have
this
a
is the
copy
other
of this
one.
presentation?
Development services?
Services, yes.
They have a copy.
Gotcha.
He wants a truck too.
Trying to remember what I asked for.
You wanna take a break and we can make copies?
Nah, it's short and simple.
No, okay.
So first page should be, I believe, trucks, 2 vehicles I'm asking for. So when fully staffed, we should have 6 total. 2 of our employees do make runs out in the field. One of them does short-term rentals when I'm unavailable. And then we would have 3 employees that actually are constantly out in the field, which consists of 2 code enforcement officers and an inspector. The vehicles that we have, one of them is no problems at all. The other one was in a recent accident that did some damage to the vehicle. It's also an older vehicle, 2015, which is part of the fleet that David was talking about, that came in pretty brand new and of course has gone through Public Works and has its wear and tear, so it's about that time to upgrade that. I would like to bring the total to 3 trucks for the department.
So change it from 2 to 3?
Yes. No, 3 in all.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking for
Including the
2.
one that
One of
we
them
did.
that we have currently is still in good standing condition.
Okay, so you're looking at 790,000, right? For 2?
Yeah.
The place that we looked at was the same place that Public Works was looking at also, and that's where we got the suggestion from. And they are, like David said, part of the buy board.
Okay.
Second page, looking to establish a new position. This position would be basically clerical, what do I call it? Clerical support clerk. Someone dealing with all the paperwork, that's dealing with code enforcement, mailing out, building department, and also planning and zoning, actually doing the letters, mailing out those letters, notifications, and everything in between that has to deal with paperwork. My employees, they get pulled away having to do that stuff, and then they're missing 10 calls in a day.
Right.
And it's becoming an issue that we're missing calls, and contractors, the public is getting upset about it. So I feel like a new position is needed. The starting pay would be a base pay of $16.50 an hour. And I believe, I'm not too sure what I put for the annual pay, but that's included with the benefits and everything.
The 50,000 is included with benefits,
Yes.
that's not base pay.
No. I believe the base pay would be 34, if I'm not mistaken, for $16.50 an hour. And again, this position would basically support all 3 divisions in the department.
Would this position be responsible for communications with the developers for the city that are, trying to establish, would they be answering those calls and assisting with like the permitting process too? Or
So
at
we do
least
have we do have a permit clerk, and she does answer, of course, phones and everything. But there's calls coming in almost every
I know.
every other minute.
Right, I know. I've heard.
And I mean, she can only do so much, and I mean, it very well can assist in that.
So she
aspect
could.
also.
So this position could assist the permit clerk as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think we definitely need some help in that department.
Yeah.
We have.
Responding to permits
Yeah, but we
immediately
need
after
somebody
issue an
there.
internal that It's like, so if that would help that's important to know.
I mean, $16.50 an hour, I feel like is reasonable, and that position, I feel like is needed. Right now, we're getting complaints on the permitting and code enforcement, animal control, those, like, are the, they're the top issues right now.
Don't let David go in the holes in the street.
Yeah. He's like,
But I
"Man."
think,
Sinkhole.
Abby, you're too quiet over
I
there.
think it's from the Gophers. It's sinkhole.
yeah,
Okay.
because we want them to be able to call and get somebody.
Absolutely.
And so when those calls are delayed and they can't get through to anybody, they have questions, they don't know how to navigate the system, through the portal, they're having issues and they need somebody. They need assistance.
So if this would help them.
And the department's only going to get even more bogged down, especially with DR Horton coming into town. I mean, just off of DR Horton itself, we have 20 permits that just last week came in for 20 houses.
Mhm.
And when you add those 20 houses, that's 3-4 different permits a house, and yeah, we get bogged down.
If I'm in support of this.
Joseph, so you have Julie, she's your permit clerk, right?
Yes.
So, are you looking to hire another permit clerk or someone just to answer the phone and take calls?
No, I'm looking to hire someone, what I'm calling it was a clerical support.
So just someone
clerk.
to answer the phone, 'cause
So
you've already
somebody
got- and
to
then-
basically support all aspects of
And then
development
Julie
services.
can handle like
Well, then
all
she
the-
could
the
funnel the
permit
calls to
clerks.
Julie.
Right.
And say,
Focus
this is
purely on the
permits.
permits and-
Yeah,
yes.
We put
and,
Julie on permits, because she's already doing it.
Yeah.
And put this person to help answer the.
because if
phone.
Julie's
Yeah.
right now
That
taking
makes
all
sense.
those calls, that's not, that's bogging her down
And
too.
we're redefine some roles.
Like if Public Works had a different phone number, that way maybe our calls can go to our admin, and that way the building only goes to Julie.
Yeah, I never understood that. Our phone,
She
I mean,
also
we
gets your
take calls
calls,
for
Julie?
Public Works,
Everybody.
Fire Department, Animal
Because she's
Control.
kind of talking to Jeff
Yeah.
to
And then
make
we
sure-
get a
Parts.
separate phone
Right.
number, if they have issue with water, streets, or
Okay.
call this
I
number,
think
not
that's a
that
matter of talking to Jeff to program all your calls just to go to
Yeah.
Public Works.
Just give them David's cell phone number.
Yeah.
Who needs to-
Don't do that.
That's what I do now.
It's on you?
Yes.
You keep getting those calls, it's all on you?
I think it's needed. I'm gonna be in favor of this because I think this is a problem we need to resolve.
Yep.
Agreed.
Same.
Cool.
That would help them.
So, last page, it's basically a utility trailer. So the purpose of this trailer is to haul off illegal dumping that's always all over the city.
All the
The
one with
first-
baling wire holding the fenders together is finally trashed or what?
And we don't have any extra trailers out there
No.
in public works and like that, right?
No, I believe they're all in
Okay.
use, correct? Yeah. So that's what this would be used for. I originally wanted to be used to haul the tractor that we had gotten from last budget, but I don't believe that it would have
No.
the capability of doing that.
No,
So
it won't work.
yeah, exactly. I'm not going to try it either.
I wouldn't either.
But this will be used purely for illegal dumping, stuff on the right of way. We can't keep calling
stuff.
Public Works to help us out.
Yeah,
So
that trailer they're talking about, I'm not even gonna go there. They're good at making stuff last a long time. That's all I'm gonna say.
With duct tape.
yeah, so I
Duct
mean,
tape mixes everything.
Public Works helps us out a lot when it comes to.
Oh, I've seen pictures of him. I've seen. He sent me pictures.
Like I said, Public Works helps us out a lot with illegal dumping and stuff on the right of way, but I mean, we can't keep pulling them from the job that they're
Yeah.
doing to come and assist us. So I feel like having this trailer would definitely help
Yeah,
us.
they need it.
That makes sense.
Yep.
For sure. Okay.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I had.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Joseph.
sir. Okay, now Malik's turn.
Malik, before
trying
you
to.
start,
Yeah,
I just
could
wanna
we take a-
compliment you and your department.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Yeah.
honestly rocking.
Yeah,
Can,
you're-
can we take like a 5-minute
it's
break?
been-
10,
y'all are doing so
10.
much
10.
I
community, and
Yeah.
you know
Sorry.
people are
You're
seeing
good.
it.
Don't bother me.
Hey, we're gonna take another break.
Who did this go with?
Okay, we can take a.
All right.
All right.
10-minute break.
I'm ready. I don't know. Whenever. Someone
Okay, we're gonna
shoot the
reconvene.
gun off.
Okay, well, actually, before y'all start, I want to say my compliment because it got cut off, and I want to make sure.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I would just want to compliment your whole department. The whole community can see the changes that have happened over at the community center, what you're doing in the community, and you guys are just excelling, and y'all have an awesome team, and I just want you to know that we see it.
We appreciate you all.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
appreciate all the hard work because it's been
Like I said,
awesome.
when I walked up there, I mean, the team does all the work. I just get up here and run my mouth and tell you about it.
Well, you run it good.
Well, I can say since you came in.
No,
you're-
it's been-
You're
you
a
can see
hustler. You're
it.
a hustler.
Yeah.
I can
And
see the
that's what we
difference in
need.
just walking in the building. I can see the difference in all the events y'all do. It's,
Yep.
it's been great.
Thank y'all.
And I hired him.
The lowest paid employee hired him, found him.
That's funny.
Sal, you've got big shoes to fill.
Uh-oh.
Throw Sal in there. But anyway, so start with the library. Not really asking for much here, and Mary can correct me if I'm wrong. The only thing that we really needed was some roof repairs, but we found some money to get that done. If you want to go to the next one. The kind of point I'll make here, and with really all the departments under community enrichment, there's no programming budget really. It's a very small portion. If you want to go to the next one, Mary. So our goal is to kind of go out and apply for some more grants. There's really endless amounts of community grants. I mean, since I've been here, between me, Kaylin, and Jen, we've already put out our name for about 10 of them, and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully later in the year we hear back from someone, but it's not. Most of them aren't hard to get. For the library, if you want to scroll down, for them it's the two categories. So technology, so computers, digital literacy, things like that, and then the ones that are a lot easier to get is probably like the youth literacy ones. Six Flags, for example, that one's just setting it up. They'll supply the books, and then they read the books, and they get tickets to Six Flags. It's pretty simple and it's straightforward, but those are the two categories for the library. So we're not really asking for much there. And then if you want to jump on over, I will say one more thing about the library is that Lil is retiring. She says she's retiring, but she keeps doing work.
Kind of like Mary.
Yeah. But yeah, so she is retiring, so we'll be looking to change some things there. But jump into the pool. If you want to keep going to the next one, Mary. All right, so these are our three big. Go up one more. Sorry. Or that way. For me up. One more.
Oh, one more.
There we go. So here are our goals for that. So maintenance, and then is the big one. The staffing, it's more so a reorg of the staffing that we already have, and then some community programs that we want to switch up a little bit. Okay, we go down, Mary, whenever you're ready. So right now, we have a couple more than this, but these are the ones I want to talk about. So we have swim lessons, swim team, and then water aerobics. With the swim team and water aerobics, the only reason we want to maybe move away from them is because they're tied to a person. So we have to hire someone that's specifically trained to do water aerobics, and that's hard to find. And then same with swim team. Brandy runs it right now, but if Brandy was ever gone, same thing. It's having to get someone that specifically wants to do that, not just do, there's a lot of people that are swim coaches that just do swim team. So it'd be a little bit difficult there. And it also expends a lot of time. Obviously, the aquatics manager doesn't do too much until the pool opens, but we don't want them to work 100-hour weeks every single week. So that's what we're kind of trying to avoid here, and then move into doing some things that are a little bit more efficient. We can do a little bit better, like doing CPR and lifeguard courses all throughout the year. Obviously, the lifeguard courses pending weather, and then CPR, we can do that all throughout the year, just offering it to different groups that would need it or would be interested. Dive in movie nights, same thing, doesn't take much time. And then, like I said, we can keep the swim lessons, especially as long as we keep getting the grant for it. We'll just keep on doing it. Even if we don't get the grant, we'll still do it. Obviously, we just have to charge. And then if you go to the next one, Mary. So the staffing here, it actually comes out to a little bit of a saving. So what we're doing is every year for the past couple of years, they take lifeguard positions and then they've been moving them into the cashier positions. And it's a mess every time. So instead of moving every year, we'll just start with the way it needs to be started at. We don't ever really get to the full amount of lifeguards that we need. It just kind of is what it is. They're hard to find. They're harder to train. But what we want to do with that money that we save from moving the lifeguards to cashiers is bumping our pay grade for our head guards. The reason we want to do that is because the head guards teach swim lessons, and they teach it at $17 an hour. So instead of having to do, which is another mess, 2 separate pay scales for them, and they have to clock in with 2 different things, and it kind of makes more so of a mess for Valerie and them over in finance, we'll just bump them to 17. It also kind of gives us, obviously our lifeguards are mostly kids. It gives them a reason to keep coming back and something to work for rather than just a $1.70 raise.
Right.
So we got to kind of appease them a little bit because that's just what we have to work with. It just is what it is. And then we also want to add a head cashier position, so take away one of those head guard positions and add a head cashier. They do things like take reservations. They're really kind of almost like assistants, is what they really are, and help do a lot of the back admin work. So overall, it saves us a little money. We're not really asking for more. We're just asking for a restructure of what it already is. And then the next one. So here's where there's some numbers on there. So what's highlighted in red is what we do want to ask for. So we want to change one of the filters, and then we want to do some rust mitigation on the slide. So we came up with this maintenance plan. We didn't have one before. We'd like to try and adhere to it as best we can. I found this out the other day, is that our slides are the oldest in all Texas as far as the aquatic center being there. There's no slide older than ours, but it's still in fairly decent shape, but it's coming up on some things that need to be done to it. So we tried to put it somewhere in this maintenance plan everywhere. If we get to something like it says to replace the slides in 10 years, if they don't need to be replaced, we won't replace them, but they're on there.
Malik,
yes,
we
ma'am.
can probably go to the MDD for this, right?
Yes, and that's
Okay.
the other thing. So we can go to the MDD for this as things come up. On the yearly one, a lot of those things were already covered by the MDD. So we've already changed one filter. We have 5 of them, but we need to slowly change all of them. They've never been changed from as far as we can tell. Same with doing the rust on the slides. I don't think that's ever been done either. It's been done on the structure that they sit on, but not the slides themselves. So yeah, that's what we're asking for, is those 2 items right there. And then there it is, kind of just written out for you. And if you'll go to the next one, Mary.
Mary, on this, will we go to them for the filter and the rust mitigation?
Mm-hmm. So that's what they paid for this last time, was the filter, and they did the rust. So with the rust, we did some of it. It came out to a lot more than what they had planned for. It's probably closer to 40,000, but it's not one thing where we have to do a little bit or do the whole thing at once. We can do some here and then some there and just keep on going, which is why the number's 10,000. We'll just do some every year and try and keep it at bay as best we can.
Gotcha.
All right, then the Civic Center, if you'll go down one more, Mary. So that little itty bitty tiny sliver right there in the red is like 0.3%, and that's what we have for programming for events. So what we're looking to do, if you'll go down one more, Mary, is to expand and do more programs. So these are some of the ones that we're kind of working into. Obviously, we talked about the boat show just a second ago, and then I think the Y Night's on Saturday, but we're going to add some more if you'll go down to the next one, Mary. So we want to do a car show too. We just talked to A&M yesterday about doing a fishing tournament and trying to do that here. Get that off the ground. I know that says current programs, but all these up here are pretty much new. The only reason those are under current is because we already got them figured out, so we're good to go on those. But what we want to ask for, if you'll go down one more, Mary, is to do a hot funds request to do all these community events, and do a $50,000 hot funds request. I want to highlight and emphasize that it says programs or events are subject to change, so if we get up to it or we start asking people about it and they hate bingo or they hate whatever else, it can be something
Nobody's going to hate bingo. I'll tell you that right now.
It can be whatever we want it to be. These are just some of the ones that we've vetted out and that we can do with or without the
I think this is a great idea.
I do
I'm
too.
so excited about this.
Yep.
So that's where we're
Are
at
these
with
all these included, or what's on your thing here, or they're more on the
There's more
request?
on the Parks and Rec side. So
Okay,
I was going to
okay.
ask for a separate 50,000 for the ones on
Okay.
on that one. So all encompassing 100,000, but since they're 2 different departments and people that are going to run it, separated them out.
Well, I think you found really good use for the resources. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of
I
got the
agree.
idea from Rockport. They use hot funds to pay for their Parks and Rec
Everything.
person's salary, yeah. Or pay for a part of their
can't use it
salary.
to pay
She
for
didn't say how
salaries.
much, but she's
Yes, you
Yeah, you
can.
can.
yeah, because
Yes, you
they
can.
do events.
Sure can.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know how they work that number out,
Reach
but
out to the Texas Hotel and Lodging Association this week, and you can.
Yeah, if it's promoting tourism,
It
you
is-
can
it
use
is
it for
promoting
salary.
tourism, That's correct.
Yep.
So they get it because they put on certain events throughout the year, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then jumping down to the Parks and Rec here. And if you want to go down one more, Mary. So, same deal. Theirs is a little bit higher at about 7%. But something to note about that is it's events that are already spoken for that we do every year. So Christmas, Easter, things like that. So I mean, it's really closer to what the Civic Center is, and about 1% of actual flexible money that we can do different things with. That 7% is really already spoken for. All right, and if you'll go down to the next one. So same thing here again with Parks and Rec. It's endless as far as recreational activities and grants that you can go for when it comes to that. And then community programs, if you'll scroll down, Mary, you can go ahead and go past the grants again. These are what we want to do. On the right side, I guess the left side for you guys is we want to try and do a fishing equipment rental program, do a turkey trot. The one that we think would be a cool one, so Rockport and Ingleside already have a they call it 5K run series, but it's a set group of people that have been going back and forth between Rockport, I think Portland and Corpus. But to put ourselves into that and create like a full run series and hopefully end it with a race. Really for these, it would be the shirts. With everything that we do as far as programs, we'd love to give out a shirt so people can walk around with a Ranzas pass on their back. So anytime we can make a shirt and give it away, or if they have to buy it and we can try and keep it as cheap as we can, that's what we want to do.
Cheap advertisement.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, same thing here. It's kind of divvied up. The harbor is sitting at $22,000 just because the cost of the screen is a lot. But I think I mentioned it to you before, Lulu. There's a different company that has an actual LED screen that's a lot cheaper. So we could still use the same $22,000 do more movies, and do it at probably 3 to 4 a month is probably what it would come out to instead of doing one every month. It can really spread that $22,000 out. But like I said, up there, if there's an idea that we hate, we don't have to do it. But, all right, I think that's the last
Turkey
one.
trot sounds so much fun.
Yeah. We can get the place
That'd
I
be
was at
fun.
before. We got HEB to bring like the pies, so if we can give that out, that'd be cool. But same thing as everything else, we want to give out a shirt if we can.
But what's your vision on the block parties?
The block parties, so I'll kind of talk about the block party and the cabana rentals. So at the parks, we get a lot of requests for people to reserve the park. We have a reservation policy now, but it doesn't technically go through us, and I don't think anyone follows it, to be honest with you. But we don't want to give away the park. We want to give away the actual structure that has shade between all the parks. I want to say there's between 20 and 30 of them, and we're not looking to really make a lot of money on it. It's just to kind of add some structure to it. So if you want to go out to veterans and you want to be under the shade structure, we'll rent that out to you for the day or however long and however we figure it out, and you'll have that. You won't have say-so over the whole park, but you at least, you can have your party, do whatever you're going to do under the shade structure, and you can have say-so
How are
over
y'all
that.
going to enforce it?
That's kind of the part we're working on. We come up with a few different ideas. One of them is if we do it weekly, to put out on Facebook, okay, this is who's got it for this week. That way, if someone comes up and they say, well, you don't have it reserved, we put it out on our page that says, these people have it here, here, and here. And we don't have to put their name. We can just put that it's reserved for whatever. We'll give them something that has their name on it so they can show, and then they can also show on our city page that it is blocked off for the day. The kind of pricing that goes with it is to get some signs up there, some numbers to actually label which structures, which community park has the most of them. I think the rest of the parks only have 1 or 2, but that's kind of the goal there. And then as that grows is to hopefully roll into block parties and do them at the parks. If we can have music, obviously we'll have music, but just kind of a grill out kind of deal.
Right.
Just to have people out and come out to all the different parks. Just maybe
Get
like
the
a
kids
summer
off their
series kinda
iPads.
deal.
Yep.
Huh? Yeah.
Get the kids off their iPads.
Mhm, yeah.
And some vitamin
Come
D.
outside and do something.
Because all of our young kids are on vitamin D
Yeah.
now. 'Cause no, they are. Like, they really are. They have a vitamin D deficiency because they're not outside.
That's crazy. Yeah. Huh. That's crazy. And then Glow Row, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it.
I
It's
do. That is pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got to do it a couple weeks ago. I didn't know you could just rent it, but you can rent a certain amount, and we can bring them here, and we can do that here.
Do it in the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they came and talked to us.
They
about what to
did.
do about the lighthouse, but it didn't work with what we were gonna do, but this would be cool in the harbor, I think.
That
Yeah.
would take off in the harbor.
Yeah, it'd be
I think it
pretty, I
would.
think it'll be pretty neat.
Malik, are you over the community park, or who is over the community park?
Technically, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
we need to talk to you.
yeah. Well, we had recently, we had a request from one of the organizers here that does the Little League as far as space for a soccer field slash, Jason mentioned possibly utilizing it for Pee Wee football.
That 5 acres next to the main Little
I
League
know what you're
field.
talking about.
Yeah, because I brought this up a couple years ago, because when it rains, it floods. It needs to be built up first and foremost, and then plant grass. And I think that, and actually, we talked about this
This is
a
a
couple
really
days
good
ago.
time to bring it up.
You could do a soccer slash
Yeah, since,
Pee
I
Wee
mean, if y'all
football
are gonna get me
field.
started on it,
Well,
Yeah, what do you got?
I've got, there's quite a few different ideas. With doing the soccer field, yes, we can do that. I will say there's a lot that would have to go into it as far as hiring of staff, so that might be problematic. But I have thought about, what if we did like a rec center, and it's got like basketball gyms in it, and it's got a weight room, and you can have a full rec center here in that area right there. So that would be one idea. And then as the park as a whole, and hopefully what we can do with that, if we were to do a rec center, is we can have our own camp, or Aransas Pass for Youth can do their camp out of there, and they'll be in the same area as the swimming pool. So it's not they're busing kids from here to here. They can we'd have to build it out into the rec center, but a space over there, then go from the rec center to the pool to the park, and they can all be in the same area. It doesn't have to be a thing where they're going all over the place. So that's one of
That's a
my ideas.
pretty good idea.
And then, yes.
Like that, and it's gonna attract a lot of attention.
Well, yeah, and that whole area I've always envisioned to be a complex as a whole for the youth. I mean, because you have the aquatic center, you've got the baseball fields.
So that's the next
Something
thing
like
is
that.
the field. So like I said, it's going to be taken to do it all, but to redo the fields, I can't remember if I told you Portland or Rockport. Portland brings in about 10 to 12 million off the tournaments, and then
well, and I was
going to
say for the rec center,
but we
that
have
can go
to
through
redo
MDD.
all the fields. We get people that ask us about doing reservations. It's just they don't like the quality of our fields, and it's hard to maintain. It's grass. It's tough.
Family that does tournaments with the kids, and they come in from Bernie, Laverne.
They come
San
from
Antonio.
everywhere, and then the opportunity even more so based off of where we're at, kind of being in the in between Houston and Corpus, is an opportunity to be a regional place.
Might be the time to hit up the Port of Corpus again.
Oh, yes.
The port, somebody hit up Cheniere, Exxon. I mean, they've got money that they give out
Have you
yearly.
started to consider too about putting a fee, like the pavilion's gonna be done soon, like for rentals for that? And then
Yeah.
also when people are, for whatever festivals and that come our way, or.
We want to
events.
include it into the park cabana reel and kind of do them all at the same time.
Yeah, like we're.
Yeah, because I can see how that's going to be even more of an issue than
Right.
the park right now.
I've got to play softball out in Portland, and their AstroTurf is just.
That's what we want to get is turf it, and that way there's no more.
We can't compare
There's
to
not too
Portland.
much maintenance.
It's not gonna happen.
It cuts down. You don't have to.
Yeah, they got Exxon money.
That's where I knew you were going. That's what I say, because man, we looked when Fernando was here, and it was going to be like 4 to 5 million.
Yeah, it's
for
gonna be- it'd be
AstroTurf.
about
It was
4 million.
crazy when
I know.
when it was.
I know Jason and I had talked about possibly doing, at least in the meantime, looking at that area for soccer, and
Yeah, it's got. I mean, no matter what you build, it's got to be built up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, has to.
Yeah.
But I like his idea a lot.
Yeah, we could do just the regular grass and just kind of redo the fence and all that good stuff. We'd have to figure out a way to make sure we maintain it better, because
Right.
as you guys know, it'll go bad in a hurry.
Grants and
Yeah,
donations and-
yeah, hitting
Like
those.
you said, port.
Yes, hit them up.
Mhm.
Porch fees.
Yep.
But yeah, we can. Yeah, I'm getting started about all the different things
Mhm.
with that space over there. I just didn't want to step on any toes as far as
Go,
the grass.
go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Step on toes.
No, start planning. Your
Yeah.
ideas are great.
But
Yeah.
the rec center would be my
try to
first
get
thing.
I like
for
that.
naming
We could
rights
do a
to
lot
pay a
with it.
couple
Yep.
million.
That's
And we
what
still
For
do the
naming
baseball
rights.
field.
Yeah.
Thomas J. Henry loves to slap a name on something.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
We can make phone calls. That's not a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Make them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
Yep,
calls.
and he didn't get the bank center, so maybe he'll want the rec center for Aransas Pass.
I don't have a problem picking up the phone.
Hey,
That's easy.
don't knock it, you never know.
I know, right?
And it's something, like I said, especially when it comes to like these baseball tournaments and softball tournaments, we're right in the middle of where they would have regional meets or they need neutral sites. So that's a prime opportunity for that.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Portland has a nice one, but they can't take more than one. You can only
Yeah.
do one game, so we can also be an option for them.
No, I think it's a
Absolutely.
great
I like
direction
it.
to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Absolutely.
So we can
Oh, yeah.
look into it.
Have fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I just need the go ahead.
When
Oh,
we start construction and where the money's coming from.
Yeah.
Right.
I did want to thank Jason and Doug for jumping in the dunk tank.
Oh, you do it too?
Yeah. Don't be jealous now, Lulu. And
Nah.
y'all can get in there too. There's plenty of time.
What dunk tank?
The
What?
dunk tank
4th of
for
July.
the 4th of
Fourth of
July.
July?
And
If
while
you,
we're-
if you want to get in it,
I did it. No, thanks. I'm good.
I'll get in it, but I'll get
It
in
was.
first.
It was.
Yeah.
You know,
Go
the
first.
the dunking wasn't bad, but getting up that
be a
ladder
lifeguard or something.
was really hard.
But thank you guys.
Malik, one more thing before you go. This is a conversation I've had with Mary as far as kind of planning for our future, and that's we're kind of thinking. I was kind of thinking of possibly like a tourism coordinator and having her be full-time, possibly under you, if you would be open to that. And using, I think, HOP funds for the position.
Oh, I can tell you yes right now. As we get ready to, which is why I try not to make so many different programs. There's only 3 of us, really, 3 or 4 of us trying
Yeah.
to put it
So
together.
having somebody
And they do a great
full-time
job,
to
but-
do that role and possibly work under you as a director, is that something you'd be
Yeah,
open to?
we're all for that too. We kind of had a meeting about it, and we all agreed, we'll just put in the work to get some of these programs off the ground and going, and then maybe next year we would ask for it, but it's going to be some work.
Well, we could
don't
start
do a
kind of
lot
planning towards
Yeah.
that. I don't know if you have like a small little office area or
we
someone.
can make room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can include it as a hot fund request.
Mhm, so we can do
Because
it
it's
that way.
something that can be paid through hot funds, so yeah.
Okay. And maybe like a salary, I don't know, I was kind of looking around, like maybe starting around 60,
Something.
range.
I mean, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
anything crazy, but anything would help now. I mean,
Yeah.
Jen and John and even myself sometimes, I mean, at the Civic Center, there's something every weekend, and one of us has
Yeah,
to be there.
and if you
So
have that
once we add these, it's gonna
tourism
be-
coordinator, you have that person, pushing those events, putting it out there for public,
They're already working on
to
grants, so
knowing.
they could help y'all
Yeah.
bring that in. And
Yeah, well, that
I think it'd be a
position
great
could be
addition.
paid 100% through HOP funds. I asked Mary,
That's
and
correct.
she reached out and to HOP funds to make sure that was
Yeah, I'm not
appropriate.
going to turn down help.
No, we'll
So-
make sure,
Right.
we'll make sure to include it as a hot fund request.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Perfect.
Mary.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank
So
you,
we've got
Malik. We
just
really
one-
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have just one more department, and that's finance, and we've got Mel here.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Mel.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
I am only requesting for one object, so hopefully I won't take up too much of your time. I am requesting a new belt clip. That is a device that we use to help read our meters, do data loggers that helps bring in our revenue for the city. We did get one last year. We are slowly rotating those out since they are a little pricey, so we are trying to rotate those out. So that is all I'm asking for, so please say yes. That's all I got. If you have any questions.
No.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mel.
Short
All
and
right, so
sweet.
that is the last of the department presentations. So now the council is going to go through the exercise of prioritizing those projects that you believe are your top 10 projects to, as we go through the budget process.
Now, we talked about a lot of projects that we could utilize HOP funds. We don't have to put the stickers on any of those for
No.
HOP fund requests.
Or the ones that are going to be, that we're going to take to MDD.
To MDD. Okay.
And then
Okay.
after that, that'll conclude our meeting. We'll put together a report submitted to the council, and we'll use that as we go through the budget process. Now, some of those high ticket items, we can put together a package and possibly take out a tax note.
Okay.
Because those we won't be able to, the budget won't be able to sustain those expenses.
Okay. Thank you. that, Bill?
Uh,
We're recording.
Now it is. Meeting adjourned. Now it is.